What's up, guys? It's Paul Spooner. Let's do this. I'm the Distractable Dad. That's my brand now. So far. For now. I might get distracted even from my Distractable Dad brand. Let's get our screen up. How's it going, my mans? Start streaming with the screen. There we go. Somebody bodinked me. Haha, yeah. I'm live. I don't have to tell them. I don't have to tell them I'm live. They're subscribed. If you want to know when I go live, subscribe. 12:44. I'm back. Alright. Good. So, someone was saying they wanted to do some stuff. I wanted to do some stuff. I wanted to work on my code for, oh, this isn't, I should put this on screen. Why do I have this on screen? Distractable Dad. It's because I was doing Distractable Dad stuff. I got Distractable Dadded. Oh yeah, so this is a Midjourney thing I made. I started a Kickstarter thing. No, that's a different project. Let's see. Kickstarter.com. Modern Merlon. This is an idea I had. An idea I had while I was lying in bed. I was like, man, it'd be cool, like, to have a magazine. You know, like these architecture magazines. We've got like the big glossy photos of fancy houses and stuff. Wouldn't it be cool to have an architecture magazine, but it was just like gothic, kind of like medieval style, mashed up with like super modern. I mean, like this. Isn't that cool? I think that's really cool. So I put a Kickstarter together. It has 0 chance of being funded. Where's my funding? Current funding is like 0. No, it's for $5. I think it's like $5. Here, let's go to the dashboard. $5 out of 5,000. So it's like 0.1% funded. So it's not going to happen, but it was a cool idea. Anyway, that's the modern Merlon thing. A Merlon is the upright part of a crenellation, of the like the pointy, the jaggedy bits on a castle. Let me see if I can find some crenellations in my concept images here. No, there we go. No, see, these have matriculations, but they don't really have Merlons. Oh, there, a little bit there. So there's the high bits on the crenellations are Merlons. So anyway, this modern Merlon, it rolls off the tongue. There we go. There's some Merlons. There's some crenellations with Merlons. I'm like, I think it's cool. I think there's something there. Anyway, all right, we're gonna bury that. We're gonna bury that. We don't need that. How are we doing in chat? How's the chat doing? Hey, cat. Cat's in chat. Welcome. So someone was saying they wanted to play Minecraft. Someone said they wanted to do some other stuff. There's all kinds of things we could do. Play some games. Someone wanted to look at my Steam library. Let's do that. Let's look at all my Steam library sorted by hours played. Here we go. Hey, Gen Gamers. So someone said Steam library review. So here we go. Most number of hours Dyson Sphere program. That's inflated though because I let it run overnight a few times. Because these games, a lot of these games have this very annoying property where you can't fast forward time. You should be able to. Mindustry you can fast forward time. And kind of. A little bit. You can't do it whenever you want. It's only like when there's a wave coming. So it should be whenever you want, but whatever. Especially like in Mindustry. In Dyson Sphere program, you might not want to because you run out of materials. But anyway, so Dyson Sphere program, fun game. Basically just a rip-off of Factorio, though. And I feel like Factorio did it first and best. So Dyson Sphere program is totally Chinese. Like, it's totally developed by a Chinese developer. And it's like it's just Chinese. It's total rip-off, very little creativity. Nothing makes any sense if you look at it hard. but it's very pretty. And so, like, I don't know, it seems very, very Chinese to me. So anyway, it's a fun game, but if you had to choose between the two, I kind of lean toward Factorio. Satisfactory, played a bunch of that. A little bit of that is padding, but I haven't run it overnight very often, so that's actually more accurate. I think I probably have more time in Satisfactory than I do in Dyson Sphere Program. Valheim, none of that is letting it run overnight, but some of it is my kids playing on my account. Stardew Valley, a lot of that is my daughter playing with my wife. They like playing this game a lot. I like it too. I'm not opposed to it. I don't think it's bad, but I don't like it as much as they do. And so that's probably why those numbers are so high. Starbound, again, the kids playing on my account with my wife. Again, a good game. I enjoy it. There are parts of all of these games that are like part of fledgling, part of that perfect game that I would love to play or make someday. Mindustry, very cool little factory builder / tower defense game. I love the way that it integrates the industry and the combat. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. I really enjoyed it. I haven't beat the latest expansion. They expanded to another planet, and there's a whole bunch of new mechanics, and it felt a little too fiddly for me. The way that I wish there was a way to more easily automate the production of the interconnections between things. Like, you end up having to make these big buses of materials, and there's like 3 different conveyor belts all running to the same place, and it's both messy and fiddly, unless you're very, very fiddly about it. And I wish there was a way to just be like, bus 3 lines all at once and like be done with it, and like have automatic interconnects, so you could be just like, here's the thing, it takes these inputs of these type of belts, automatically connect it to wherever the source is on this map, and it's just like, and it connects them all up. Like, I would love it for that to be how that works. More automation. I want it to be more automatic. But anyway, it's a fun game. I played a lot of it. I beat in Mindustry. I don't think I have all the achievements. Yeah, there's a few achievements left. Build a MEN projector. I have built one of those. I don't know why that's an achievement still. I feel like some of these, they reset. Yeah, because I've built an overdrive projector before. I think they've reset them, some of them. But I do have the super rare, where is it? Global Domination. And I got this one. It's capture every sector on the whole map. And it was back when that was like 0.001%, which is like one of the it was like among 10 to 50 people in the world had ever done that. So I'm kind of happy that I got there before anyone else. That was fun. Anyway, back to the library. Mindustry, Deep Rock Galactic. I like it. It's a little too first-person-y, a little too fiddly, a little too... There's not enough automation. Again, it's not like it doesn't do it automatically enough. But it's a fun game, and I love the aesthetic. I love the low poly, chunky, hard-edged kind of aesthetic. Very cool. Dwarf Fortress, I've played way more than 154 hours. 154 is just the hours I played on the Steam version. I've played probably over 1,000 hours of Dwarf Fortress back in the ASCII version. The graphics update is really cool, and yeah, I love Dwarf Fortress. It's very, very neat. Tons and tons of procedural generation, which I love. Tons of history simulation and like very crunchy simulation stuff, which I love. I think of all the games that exist, Dwarf Fortress is probably the closest to the fledgling ideal. Potion Craft, totally different kind of game. But has some fledgling-y bits. Like, once you make a potion, you can save the recipe, and it saves the path you took to do that, and then you can just repeat that path as long as you have the ingredients to do it. And so then you can go back and do it again and make it better, and then you can repeat that path only better. So like it's like a blueprint, but it's not an optimized blueprint. It's just a blueprint of whatever it is that you did. Like the best version of whatever it is you did, or not even the best, just like whatever version you wanted to save of the thing that you did, you can save it into your recipe book, and then like you can just redo that. You can just hit go, brew that potion again, and bam, you brew it again. So you don't have to sit there and like meticulously do things over and over and over and over again. But you do end up doing things over and over again because they have all these different missions. Anyway, Potion Craft, very fun game. And again, it's got some of those bits in it where it's like, oh yeah, this automation part of like, oh, I want to do this thing and I want to really nail it down really well, do like a great speed run or whatever. It's not twitchy speed based. There are just a few tiny aspects when you're going around on the whirlpool things. Some of that is timing. But other than that, it's entirely just planning and strategy and finesse. So anyway, Potion Craft, very cool game. Enjoy it a lot. Factorio, we talked about a little bit. I love it. I love factory games. I think it's very cool. Again, I wish that there was more automation, more ability to automatically build stuff. They've got pretty good blueprints, but the blueprints aren't dynamic. They won't, like, you can't just say like build a wall with turrets every 50 meters from here to there on the map and then have drones go out and do it. Like, you have to go there in person. It's like this, you're stuck to this first person view kind of thing. Even though it's a third person game, it's like you're stuck to the character in the game. And I wish that it was a little bit less like that. I think they're coming out with an expansion. I'm looking forward to playing that. Space Chem, one of my favorite games. It's oldie. It's a goodie. When was this? Yeah, I last played it back in the Trump era. This is before Trump. I haven't played this since Trump was elected president. But it is just a great game. It forces you to think about optimization, and it's very engineering-y, and it changed the way my brain worked. I feel like it changed the way my brain worked. So yeah, Space Chem is incredible. I don't play it nowadays, as you can tell. I haven't played it in almost a decade, but I think it is a really good game. Like, it teaches you something. It really teaches you something. One of the best Zachtronics games. He's made others, even others that were more successful probably, but I feel like Space Chem was like jump the shark or whatever. I think Space Chem was his best work. I don't know. I could be wrong. I would be happy to be wrong. The Witness, again, lovely game. I love The Witness. Teaches you a visual language without ever instructing you using language. And the language it does use is beautifully put by voices other than the developer. So it's not the developer telling you something. It's the developer showcasing the beautiful things that other people have said in the linguistic sense. But most of the game is completely alinguistic. It's all visual, and it's just incredible. The Witness. If you can find time to play it, I strongly recommend it. Don't Starve. I don't really like it. I've played a bit. A lot of this is time that let's see. Gen Gamers is saying it can't distract the dad. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of off-brand. I'm still getting used to being distractible. Okay, so you got to give me a break. Come back to my Mind Giraffe server. Mindustry so good. Yeah, I love Mindustry Cat. Dude has Assetto Corsa. I don't know what that is. Assetto Corsa. I guess we'll get to it. Is that over here somewhere? Anyway, Don't Starve. It's a little too gothic, but in the ugly gothic-y. It's an ugly game, and I don't like ugly things, I guess, is my primary objection. Creeper World 3, and Creeper World 4, and Creeper World... I think Creeper World 3, I don't know. I feel like Creeper World 3 was the best of the series so far. He's coming out with Creeper World 5, I think. Really cool. It's not even a city builder, but it's like a city builder. It's this infrastructure building thing. All the stuff where like people move into houses in SimCity and stuff, all that's completely abstracted. It's just like green zone is the zone you control and has been developed and is producing stuff that you want. And and then like everything above that is just, you're just controlling the stuff that you want to control. All the turrets shoot on their own, so you don't have to micromanage anything. Although you can if you want to. You can take control of any turret and have it shoot wherever you want. It's so good. Network building, reconfiguring stuff. It's so good, and yet there are like aspects of it. The developer doesn't understand his own game. He's thinking of it in terms of like World War II tactics, or even like World War I tactics, where it's like, oh, you've got supply lines and you've got to like flank them and stuff. And it's just like he is stuck in the old mindset, and his game is more advanced than his thinking about his game is. It's incredible. It's an incredible achievement. Anyway, Creeper World 3, love it. Very cool. Astroneer, you guys know that I love Astroneer. I've only started playing it the last maybe 2 weeks, and look at that, I've only got 64 hours on it, so it's a good game. Endless Space 2, also I have 64 hours on that. I didn't like it quite as much. I played through one campaign just to get a flavor for it, and to get a flavor for the Endless series. PUBG, Call of Duty. No, so we'll get there, I guess. Han the Drifter. Yeah, hey, Han. Urza, don't spam the Call of Duty. I'm going to time you out. Endless Space. Planetary Annihilation Titans. I love this game. I love Total Annihilation. I love all the old like RTS games. I loved Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3. I never got into StarCraft, but I loved, what was it, Dark Rising or Dark Tide Rising or something? That old, anyway, it was like this off-brand RTS game. Total Annihilation was back in the day, it was one of these great RTS games, and Planetary Annihilation is kind of like Total Annihilation. Titans is like, what if the game was just like kind of bonkers and like wild, whereas the like the Planetary Annihilation proper is very head-to-head, like competition oriented. It's very like, the guys who developed it are very like sports bro kind of guys who are like, oh yeah, let's drink some beers and like have a fight, and like we're gonna have a competition, see who's the best Planetary Annihilationsman. And the thing I love the best about Planetary Annihilation Titans is playing the campaign, finding a commander, like a co-commander or sub-commander is what it's called, and the sub-commander will automatically build your base for you as an AI. He's an AI who's on your team. He's just going to build your base for you, and then you can just focus on going out and kicking butt against the other AIs. And it's great. And like, that's the kind of game I want. So there's like little facets of fledgling in all of these games. There are parts about it. It's like, oh yeah, that part of that thing, and that part of that thing, and that part of that thing. So anyway, Planetary Annihilation Titans, very fun. It's a great game for like playing with your friends on a LAN or whatever. I think you can play over the internet too. But just like, going head to head, if none of you are super good at it, then it could be a really fun time. You're doing a LAN battle, and then someone like jumps over on the other side of your planet and lands a planet cracker and blows the planet up or whatever. It's a cool time. So yeah, Planetary Annihilation Titans, I enjoyed a lot. Opus Magnum, another Zachtronics game, very cool, very like Space Chem, but different. It doesn't have the spatial constraint, which I feel was lacking. It kind of, that constraint really forced you to think hard about what you were doing. And even if there are bonuses for not using a lot of space, but even then, not having to not use the space feels like it's too easy. So anyway, Opus Magnum, another good one. I don't know if I would have, maybe if I had played Opus Magnum first, I would have liked it better than Space Chem. I don't know. But that's not what I did, so I will never know if that's what I did. Another Zachtronics game, Last Call BBS. I think I got all the Chivos on this guy. If I didn't, I got pretty close. Very fun, a bunch of little... So this was Zachtronics. Zach was the guy... Okay, so, Minecraft. We're bringing it all back together. Zach Barth, was the guy who made Infiniminer, which was the game that Notch ripped off, if you want to put it that way, to make Minecraft. So, Zach Barth, if anyone, is the real father of Minecraft. Notch was just kind of the midwife that brought it into the world and made it popular. And so his company, Zachtronics, closed recently, and intentionally. They didn't go out of business. They were like, we want to do different things with our lives. We're going to close our business, and we're going to all go our separate ways. And we had a good run. And so Last Call BBS was their last game. And it's a collection of mini games, and it kind of draws from a bunch of different themes. They're all kind of engineering, process optimization games. And so it draws from a bunch of themes from all their different games. And Last Call BBS was just this beautiful swan song of, hey guys, we're leaving, we're splitting up the band, we're all going our separate ways. It's been a good run, we're glad that you're for your community, but we want to do different things with our lives now, and so we're going to go out with not with a bang, not with a whimper, but just like with a party. And so it's like the Last Call BBS was this beautiful party that he threw for the community. I think about it that way anyway, and it was, lovely game. If you're not into Zachtronics games, maybe you wouldn't like it, but I was charmed. I was very charmed by it. PUBG Battlegrounds! PUBG, I played PUBG for a while, mostly with my friends. I was never super competitive about it, but it gets your blood racing, and like, sometimes that's what you want. I haven't wanted that for several years, like 4 years now, but sometimes it's what you want, and I've played it before, and it's a good time. Alright, let's see, let's check up on the chat here. They're talking, can you skip games faster? Go faster, go faster. Okay, I'm trying, man. I'm talking about all my favorite games. Give me a chance. Once we get down here in the lower echelons, I won't have so much to say because it's just like, But, here we go. Space Pirates and Zombies. I played a lot of that. Top-down, 2D, space, combat. A little bit of trading. Mostly, like, combat-y and building stuff. I don't know, something about it. I liked it. It was kind of... it reminds me now of Gratuitous Space Battles. Gratuitous Space Battles is like an auto battler, like a head, or like just you set up a thing and it makes a big space battle. And Spaz felt like a precursor to that. It was years and years ago, but it was a fun time. Deus Ex Human Revolution. I played this mostly because my roommate in college was super into Deus Ex 2, whatever that version was, and so this is like the next version of that. I was like, oh, I should play this game because he was super into it, and we were good friends, and he always spoke well of it. And also Seamus Young was really into Deus Ex, and so I got into it. I was like, oh, I'll play it through. Beat the game. Wasn't super impressed. It was fine. I don't feel like I was ripped off, but it didn't really say anything interesting philosophically. The mechanics weren't particularly interesting or engaging. It was just a cover shooter that used the name Deus Ex, and I feel like thematically I was let down. Shenzhen IO, another Zachtronics game. I didn't quite beat it. I think I got stuck on the last level, but very fun, programmy, kind of tactile, hardware engineering kind of thing. Very cool. Frozen Synapse. I love the part about Frozen Synapse where it's completely deterministic in that there's no chance involved. Like, it's not like nothing rolls a die, right? Like either your guy dies or his guy dies, and it's always going to be the same every time. You're not going to get lucky, right? You don't ever get lucky in Frozen Synapse. It's always like exactly deterministic. And you plan out a whole turn for all your guys, and then everything moves simultaneously. So you're planning out, you're looking forward and trying to plan out what it is you want to do, but then all your guys act autonomously. So the pieces will, based on their sight range and their position, and anyway, it's really cool, and I love that mechanic. And the multiplayer is the same way. You set up a turn, the enemy sets up a turn, and then you execute the turn, and it's all about like just setting up your guys. It's tactics. It's a beautiful tactics game. It's very well executed. I didn't play a ton of it, but I did play enough of it to really enjoy it, and a lot of those aspects of like automation, of the automated actors, and and like turn-based, real-time, simultaneous turn-taking that I want to bake into Fledgling is also in Frozen Synapse, so that's really cool. All right, we're going to take a quick break and look at chat. What does it say? What do you think about Matt Pat retirement? I don't know who that is. So, meh. Wait, I'm going to change my account? Okay, yeah. Hey, Paul, you're reading the top comments instead of live chat? No, I'm reading... Well, let's see. Top chat. I guess it is top chat. Okay, here we go. Now I'm reading live chat. Welcome to live chat. Yeah, I guess I was just reading top comments. I mean, I only have 2 viewers. It's not like there's going to be a ton of comments, right? Can't be. All right. I'm in live chat now. All 2 of you. All right. Where were we? Yeah, Don't Starve Together. Okay, so this is what the kids have played more of, I guess. Don't Starve Together. I don't know. I'm not sure why Don't Starve has so many hours. I don't feel like I played that much of it. Maybe I did. Stormworks Search and Build and Rescue. This is pretty cool. It's a little too simulation-y, but it's pretty neat. It's got a really solid physics engine, and you build your own vehicles, and you actually do stuff. I might get back into it. I don't know when's the last update on this thing. Stormworks in space. Oh man, maybe I should get into Stormworks. It had some procedural mission systems that were a little bit too restrictive. Okay, so there were some procedural mission systems that were a little too restrictive. They were too repetitive. You'd get the same mission over and over again. There wasn't any time warp stuff, so I wanted to be able to like take my airplane off and then just say like autopilot over there instead of flying all the way across the map. You spend a lot of time like just traveling from here to there, and there wasn't any challenge involved. You're just like, I'm just gonna fly, and all I have to do is just fly. And then when you get there, it's like really tricky to land it and stuff without damaging anything. So I don't know. It felt like, I mean, it felt realistic in that that's how I've flown airplanes. I've got a private pilot's training license, I guess. I've never got my full license, but anyway, I've flown airplanes before, and like that is how it is. You take off, and it's like, oh man, we gotta get this thing off the ground and get clear and get into open airspace and get on course and make sure everything's good. And then it's like, oh, we're cruising, and like, what are you gonna do? And so there's a bunch of stuff you're supposed to do, but it's just busy work to keep you busy so that you don't get bored. And like in Stormworks, it's just like, well, you're just gonna get bored. And so then there's this long period of boredom while you're just flying somewhere. And then you land, and it's like, oh, now it's all hairy again, and you finally do the thing, and you pick up the guys or get them out of the water or whatever, and then fly back to base or something. And it just felt like those long periods of boredom in between, while totally realistic. I want to be able to skip because my time is valuable. I don't want to be wasting my time playing a video game when I could be... I don't want to be wasting my time being bored while playing a video game when I could be doing something engaging in a video game. Kerbal Space Program was perfect at this. Had a time warp system, and Stormworks did. I don't know. Maybe it does now. It didn't when I was playing it, and that was the main thing. So it was, the world was too large. There was no time warp system to allow you to cross it effectively and easily, and the physics were a little bit jankety. But and I guess the engines were a little too weird. Hey, welcome back, Hannah the Drifter. Matt Pat is the main character of Game Theory. I have never watched Game Theory. Is that a show? Is that a channel? I don't know what that is. Turkish letter I, and I is basically alphabet premium. You've got different letters in your alphabet. You guys, always got to be special. Got to be different. The Turks have got to be different. So anyway, Stormworks. I might get back into it at some point. I haven't played it in a while, obviously. 2021. I guess it's been not too long ago. But yeah, interesting game. I love how you can build your own stuff. I think I stopped playing right around when they started introducing procedural engines, where you can like build your own engine instead of just installing like a small engine, a medium engine, a large engine. I don't even know if they got that implemented or not. There's a ton of development going on, and at the time I was just like, I don't have time to engage with this right now. But and it was a little, like I said, it was not quite what I was looking for, but very neat game, and I would not mind playing it again. Infinifactory. This is Zach Barth's game where he built a it's kind of like Minecraft, but it was also automation, where a lot of the blocks were conveyor belts and things. I was never really satisfied with Infinifactory, and I'm not sure what was wrong with it. It was always just a little bit not quite what I wanted. But I played it all the way through, and I didn't resent the time I spent with it, but there's something about it that wasn't quite there. Prison Architect. This game is about going to school. like it helps you to understand why institutional campuses are designed the way they are. And like I feel like it's exactly the same as a college campus, like a college campus or a school. I never went to public school. I only went to college. I was homeschooled all the way up till college, basically. But like I understand now, having played Prison Architect, why schools are designed the way they are, and I feel also why they feel so oppressive, because it's exactly like a prison. It's like, oh, okay, well, this is just like student housing is just like the cell blocks, and like maybe they don't have locks on the doors. Well, I mean they do. I mean you can lock them from the inside, but like it was all just like the whole thing. It was incredible. It was a revelation. So like I don't know if you have to play Prison Architect, but I feel like the process of playing it ingrained in my mind the way that institutional design works and how oppressive it is and why I feel oppressed whenever I go and take part in an institutional location. So anyway, Prison Architect, amazing, an amazing game. No Moria, this is kind of like Dwarf Fortress. I think it was designed to be like Dwarf Fortress, but better. And it displays stuff kind of in 3D, but it's not totally 3D. I just feel like it never did the things that I loved about Dwarf Fortress as well as Dwarf Fortress did. So I was never super happy with it, but it is a game. I don't know, when was the last update on this thing? Community content. People have been making stuff. When were these posted though? Updates. When was the last update on No Moria? None of your friends have played this game recently. They don't have an update or anything on it. Yeah, I don't know when the last. Oh, I don't know when the last update of this thing is. It might be. It might have fallen out of development or something. City Skylines, City Builder, the go-to city builder. I fell in love with SimCity 1 when I saw a friend playing it on their home PC while I was over at their house practicing music in between music lessons and going home. And I got to play it for like 8 minutes, and then I had to go home, and I was just heartbroken. And then we got SimCity 2000 for our home computer, and I played the heck out of that game and loved it. And then all the new SimCity games are garbage, and City Skylines took the crown, and I played some City Skylines and realized that that is not quite what I want. But it is a really, I don't know, it's the game for city builders these days. So as best as you can do. I feel like, what is it? There are too many artificial game-like constraints in it, and I feel like there isn't enough. There's too many like little thresholds where like you don't get any sewage until there's a certain level of buildings, and you don't get any garbage until like the city is a certain size. So I never wanted to grow beyond those constraints because I never wanted to deal with those systems because it wasn't interesting to deal with them. It also felt like the garbage dumps filled up way too fast or something. There was always something about it that just felt unbalanced. And maybe that's just me having a bad intuition about how these systems actually work in real life, or maybe it's them making those systems harder to deal with in order to make the game more engaging and challenging. But whatever the reason, I never quite gelled with City Skylines. It's a great game, as far as I can tell, but it never clicked with me. Oh, let's see. Look at all this chat now. A bunch of people are saying I. Do you have FPS games? First-person shooters? Yes, I played a few. Deus Ex is a first-person shooter. PUBG Battlegrounds is a first-person shooter. We'll get to a few of them later on, I think. Do you play Assetto Corsa? No, I've never heard of Assetto Corsa. I have no idea what it is. I've never even heard of it. City Skylines, I love that game. Great. Can I add you on Steam? Yes. I'm just DudeCon, I think. See if you can find me. Is this fake Minecraft? Is what fake Minecraft? No Moria? No. No Moria is fake Dwarf Fortress. And Dwarf Fortress is another precursor to Minecraft. And I originally wanted to develop a mod that would allow you to cross-connect Minecraft worlds and Dwarf Fortress worlds, so that you could run like Dwarf Fortress simulation in Minecraft worlds, and then you could explore your Dwarf Fortress worlds in Minecraft. There's no official mod support for Dwarf Fortress, and there's no official mod support for Minecraft. So like, I never wanted to get into the complete headache of trying to support integrating both of those at the same time when neither of them are interested in helping modders out. But I still think that would be an awesome thing to do. Do check chat. I am checking chat. It's right here. I was talking to you guys. What's wrong with you? And like, if I'm not checking chat, how do you think saying "dude check chat" is going to help? It's not. It's completely useless. It's a waste of your time and mine. Let's see. Skylines. Okay, Oxygen not included. Another game like Don't Starve that I feel was too ugly for me to engage with. Also, I am professionally a mechanical engineer, and so like all the stuff that you do in Oxygen not included, building pipes, building pumps, building air ducts, routing utilities and stuff, all that stuff is like stuff that I do professionally, and so playing it in a game just kind of felt like it was too much. Like I was already tired of doing it professionally, and now why would I do it in a game? Now I haven't been doing that for 6 months now. I was laid off about 6 months ago, and so maybe I could get back into Oxygen not included, or maybe I could find another game that does it better, or make my own game that's even better than that. But another thing that I didn't like about Oxygen not included is it always kind of had this this casual mockery of engineering, where like all the people in the game just like hate looking at ducts and pipes and things and like electrical cables, and they're all like, ugh, yuck, ugh, gross. But it's like, you guys are living inside an asteroid. You survive based on these systems working. Why would you think that they're ugly? Why would you think that they're disgusting? Unless the developers are like, oh, we made our game gross and now we don't like it ourselves. I don't know. It just felt very disingenuously insulting to me as an engineer, because I like ducts and things. I like knowing where things coming from and where things are going, and like if something breaks, I want to be able to just look and like, oh, well, that's what's wrong, and then we can fix it, right? I don't want everything like hidden behind paneling and things. So I don't know. Oxygen not included. I feel like I'm on a different page as far as like developer philosophy from them. But I like the system simulation aspects of it. I wish there was a game like Oxygen not included that didn't have all of the nasty, ugly parts about it. Please come back to Minecraft World. The owner of the kebab shop has come back. All right, I'm gonna be Distractable Dad. We left off at Oni, and we're just gonna go be Distractable and play some Minecraft for a bit. Minecraft. And we're gonna go 1.20. What is this? Discord needs to update. Okay, so I probably shouldn't update Discord right in the middle of streaming. So we'll wait on that. What time do we come back and stream? It's right now! Here we go. Multiplayer. Are you guys are seeing all this, right? Like we've got audio. Yeah. We've got audio. We've got visual. I'm in the right overlay. Everything's good. Gen Gamers. Cannot connect. Maybe if we refresh. Hey! Oh, it's starting. Incompatible version. No, it's not an incompatible version. Refresh. Still starting. Okay, Han. This one's for you guys. So here, Gen Gamer stayed up all night. No, I don't know. He probably got up early this morning. I don't know what he did. He stayed home from school. Are you in school, Jen? I don't even know. But originally there was this line of houses on the left, and he made a whole new line of houses on the right. And they're exactly identical. And like, honestly, I kind of like it when there's a bit of variation and they're not like all exactly identical as if they were stamped out by a machine. But, it's your server. You can make them however you want. Okay, let's refresh one more time. Can't connect. Okay, well, let me know when... I love your videos. You're so funny. Okay, I'm not really trying for funny, I guess, but thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, I can't connect to Gen Gamer's server. I don't know what happened, Gen Gamers. You're still opening it? Okay. Oh, here we go. It's finally working. Here we go. Oh, chat messages can't be verified. Microsoft wants you to know that they're not responsible for anything that happens to you because you're not playing the latest version. Yeah, go away, Microsoft. Look at that. Okay, so upside, beautiful houses. Downside, the view from my room is now much less picturesque. I mean, I guess it's more. Ah! Hey, Jen, how's it going? I've got a door on the. Man, you put these all up today? Amazing. Yeah, they are exactly the same as the other ones. They're just exactly identical. Here, I have more stuff to show you. Okay, I'm coming. Here I am. I keep hitting shift to run. That's not how you run in Minecraft. This is a house. Oh, you've got a little cake shop. Stream delay is like 10 seconds. Yeah, so that we can have live subtitles. So that people who want to translate automatically to Turkish or whatever can see what I'm saying and translate it to Turkish. Otherwise, YouTube just takes its dear sweet time putting the subtitles on, and like who knows when they're going to be put on. So I set the stream delay to 10 seconds so that it gives us time. Look at this! Is this a grove? Did you add this grove? This whole... Or was this here before? I feel like the grove maybe wasn't here before. Oh! Some stairs down into the ground. Whoa! I can't get down in here. Do I have to crouch? Ah, I have to crouch. There's the block. There's the one block. Oh, look at this! It's like a it's underground. It's not even ground though. It's like underneath. Underneath zone. Very neat. Oh, there's Emerhan. There's the Ender Zone. Here's this long, spooky corridor. You want me to shut the door? There you go. A long, spooky corridor full of torches. What is this? Oh, this is like the guts. That's how you make your fence work and stuff, I guess. Alright, this is a Turkish snack. Turkish snack. This is Turkish snack. Wait, what's Turkish snack? A long tunnel? Oh! Melon slice. Oh, okay. Can't eat them. I'm full. Melon slices. Cool. And a bunch of fish. Look at that. A whole bunch of fish. A bunch of cute little fish. And, ooh, another end portal? Didn't you have an end portal before? This goes to my home. Oh, the stairway does. Oh, look at this. It's a cute little house. You got your secret tunnel. And here we are. In your house. Cool. Underground tunnel zone. And here's your farm. Oh, and there's a car shop. Yeah, I did see this before. I think. Yeah. I saw the car shop before. Do I have to ring the bell? With the melon stick? Melon slice? It doesn't look like a slice. Is it supposed to be a... I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. It's a very high-res picture for it to be in Minecraft. Tropdux? Tropd? I don't know what that says. Melon slice. Cool. Very nice. Did you build the trees, or were those there already? I mean, obviously you built them at some point, but was that new? Wait 10 seconds. We should put furniture in your house. Hey, yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Knock yourself out. I was just thinking that it would be fun to see what you guys come up with. I don't really have any interior decorating skills. This is me, Mabuz. Mabuz, my boys. Is that what you're saying? Oh, look at that. He just says my name on... Oh, yeah. So you added these, right? You added these doors on the street. I think you added these little doors on the street to these houses. Oh, my goodness. Is there some sort of zombie in those houses? That's not good. I'm gonna get you materials. Oh no, please don't. Please don't. I'm not gonna build it myself. I have no interior design. Here, let me here. Tell you what. I'll let you build it. I'm gonna stand out here. You can build me something. I don't have any Minecraft interior design abilities. Either actually in real life either I don't have interior design abilities at all. If it was me, and this is my room, mattress on the floor, computer on the floor, the end. That would be my room. So my wife is the one who does all the interior decorating. Alright, I'm going to let this run. I'll stay in game so I can come back to it. Oh, but the sound. But the sound! Let's see, options, music and sounds, off. There we go. Alright, so I'll come back to this. And I'm going to keep going through my Steam library because somebody asked me to go through my Steam library. So I'm going to keep talking about it, and I'll check back in with you on how the interior design looks. Bitburner. Bitburner is like totally automation game. I feel like there's not really enough simulation going on in Bitburner. I cracked it wide open. I've got a GitHub with some Bitburner code in it to like completely break the game, which I think is kind of what you're supposed to do. I'm not exactly sure. It was never clear to me exactly where the line between like playing the game by altering the game code and completely breaking the game by altering the game code was. I don't remember if I got all the Chivos on this or not. No, I got most of them. I never got quite all the way there. Unachievable achievement. I've got BN 6+, which only 1.1% of players have, which is even harder to get than the unachievable achievement, apparently, because 1.4% of players have the unachievable achievement. So I think I've probably broken the game as wide open as it can be broken. I haven't gone through all the specifics of playing it, but I got it to the point where I could load up into a game, run 2 commands, and beat the whole zone, like the whole world or whatever. So it's like a kind of like an idle game, but you can program it, or it's like a hacking programming game. But then you learn that like the whole game is a simulation, which is like, of course it is, but anyway, it's a simulation inside the game as well. A Turkish snack. Mibas is a Turkish snack. Okay. So in Bitburner, like anyway, it's like a simulation, so you have to like break out of the simulation, but you're inside a larger simulation, and then you have to like, you can keep doing the levels over and over again, and you keep getting more and more like power-ups and stuff. But the whole game is written in, I forget what it's written in, Lua or something. It's written in some programming language that's not particularly hard, and like all the source files are in plain text. And so you can go into the game file and just like look at the source files and look at the source file for your save game. And then you can just like change your save game, and then you can just change the game code. And so I was just like, oh, well, I'm just going to change the game code. So every time I start, I have like a quadrillion dollars, and like you don't have to do any of the steps to unlock the thing that allows you to beat the level. And so I just like run the command that says go buy the thing that I need to beat the game, and then run the command that says use the thing to beat the game, and then I would beat that level. And so like, I mean, I feel like I won. I feel like I beat Bitburner. Anyway, it was a cool challenge. I like it. I like the programming part of it. Check your house. Flavored ice. Oh, I see. I did it. Check your house. Okay, here we go. We're back. Master volume is back on. Now we can hear all the zombies and mice and things. Oh, look at this. We've got a bell outside. What? Nope. I can't ring it. Can't ring the bell. Okay. Hey, nice! Look at that. Well, I mean, it's now the view is even less impressive than before, but very cool. It's got like a stereo, or maybe a kitchen, workbenches. A gear upgrading bench. Oh, this is modded, man. But can I upgrade my melon slices? No. Sad. Can we craft with the melon slices? Oh, we can get melon seeds from the melon slices. Nice. What are these? Oh, they're furnaces. Okay, I see, I see. There's a bunch of wood. It's a bunch of other things. I can put my melon slices in here. A bunch of blocks. Smooth quartz slabs. Nice, nice. Iron ingots. Fantastic. Very cool. And a beautiful giant bed. Oh, that's really nice. And a picture. Some tasteful plants and things. That's lovely. Thank you very much, Jen. Thank you very much, Gen Gamers, for inviting me to your server, for making me this beautiful room. Now I can, oh, can't rest. There are monsters nearby. Hey. Hey, there are monsters nearby. I don't know if you noticed from all the moaning and the monster sounds, but there's monsters everywhere. Why are there so many monsters everywhere? Oh, man. Very cool. What should we do next? That's always the question in Minecraft. What should we do next? Yeah, see, where did all the monsters come from? I don't know. I don't know where the monsters are. I can hear them. Can't you hear them? Can't you hear the monsters? You might not rest now. There's monsters nearby. Alright, well, I was able to set my respawn point anyway. So now if I die, I'll respawn there. Oh no! Did you discover something terrible? Okay, well, I'll let you solve the monster problem. Well, I talk about games some more. Instead of playing games, I'm gonna talk about games. Hammer Fight! Oh man! This is one of the games that, like, it doesn't do anything that I want with Fledgling. It isn't, like, part of anything that I aspire to create. It's just, like, super thematic and, like, just really visceral. Not like visceral, it's like really manual. It's really manual. It's like taking a big old hammer. It's like a mace. The whole game is like you've got a little ship and you've got a hammer or a mace on the end of a chain or a stick or whatever, and you just like take your guy and you like fling the thing around and just like smash the other guy right into the ground, and he explodes and a bunch of coins fly out and like you win. And it's just so cool. I love Hammer Fight. Again, like I don't need this game for anything, and it's got this really cool. Actually, you know, you guys in Turkey, you might like it. It's got this very Ottoman kind of feel to it, very thematic Ottoman kind of ambiance. So yeah, I don't know, Hammer Fight. Check it out. I mean, is it even on sale anymore? Do they even sell Hammer Fight these days? Can you buy it? Free to play. It's free to play now. You can play it for free. Do it today. If you have Steam, go play Hammer Fight. It's just a great time. Now maybe it's garbage now, but I remember having a great time at Hammer Fight. I will check it out, says Gen Gamers. Yeah. Check it out. Oh man, Hammer Fight's great. And like I said, you know, maybe the guys in Turkey would appreciate the aesthetics. It was kind of foreign for me, but like maybe you'd feel right at home. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments or whatever. Aquaria. Another game. Not really anything that I aspire to make or build, but a really neat experience. Swimming around underwater. Doing some collection stuff, doing a little bit of light combat. Had a music-based magic system that wasn't really music-based, so it doesn't matter. Oh, Han the Drifter says my PC is bad. Don't worry. This game was, if we're talking about Hammer Fight, this game was made, when did this come out? 2009. This game is old. It is not a new game. It is a very old game, so do not worry if your PC is garbage. It's 2D, and I don't know. I don't think you're gonna have any problems playing Hammer Fight. You might. Maybe your PC is more garbage than I thought, but yeah, I think you'll be okay. Same thing with Aquaria. It's a pretty old game. A lot of these games are kind of older, but yeah, I had a good time playing Aquaria. I don't know if I would go back and play it again, but it's kind of, you know, story, ambiance, exploring underwater. It's got a bit of a flavor of Subnautica, actually, now that I think about it. I mean, just because they're both underwater. And anyway, Aquaria. It's a fun game. No Man's Sky. This game is incredibly disappointing because it should be exactly the kind of game that I would love. Procedural generation from end to end. Space flight, exploration, base building, space combat, building industry, you know, like all this kind of stuff. Like, it should be the game that I play all the time. Instead, No Man's Sky has ruined all the things that I love to such a degree that now, when I want to talk about the things that I love, people tell me that I should play No Man's Sky, and I have to explain to them why No Man's Sky is a steaming pile of garbage. So, I hate No Man's Sky, sincerely, with a deep understanding of what it is and what it's trying to do, and I want no part of anything that it is doing, even though what it nominally aspires to be is exactly what I nominally desire to have. Rumble the Mad God. I played this game a bunch way back in the day. I think most of the hours on I didn't play it on Steam. It was just, you know, like when it was an app on it was like an online app. I think it might still be an online, like a Flash game or whatever. But Rumble the Mad God, I think I played it with my wife a bit, or for, you know, back in the day for a while. It's like a MMO. It's a real short cycle MMO. You can get to max level in like 10 minutes or something. And yeah, it's 2D, top-down, kind of, I don't know, it's fun. The kids have played it. I think most of these hours are from the kids playing it, but I've played it quite a bit. I can't play Steam or Minecraft because my computer's bad. Han the Drifter, how did you build the kebab shop if you can't play Minecraft? That doesn't add up. Good, I hope it will happen. Get rid of the monsters. Check Minecraft for a minute. Well, can you recommend a good game that doesn't require a lot of graphics? Mindustry. Mindustry, I think, is 2D, and I don't think it requires high graphics. I think it's actually on itch.io, so you can play it in a browser. Yeah, Mindustry. Very low graphics. Stardew Valley, very low graphics. Potion Craft, I don't think you have high graphics requirements on Potion Craft. Could be wrong. But the kids have played it on a little Chinese computer before, so I think it would be fine. Space Chem, very low graphics requirements for Space Chem. If you want a game that's like, it's going to make your brain really grow, play Space Chem. Old computer should be fine. Creeper World 3, very low graphics requirements. Definitely recommend that. Yeah, that should get you started. Last Call BBS, I mean, like, if you want to just play some brain teaser games and stuff, Last Call BBS is great. Jen Gamer says, Paul, can you check on Minecraft? Okay. Chill. Relax. Hi. What's up? You got rid of the monsters. Okay. So now I can sleep? Oh, you can only sleep at night. Okay, well, whatever. Hey, it's daytime. It's a beautiful day. Han the Drifter says, I will look at all of them. They look beautiful. Well, I mean, like, don't spend all your money on video games or all your time. Ooh, can you sign? All right, let's see. Left click, right click. Aha! This book was signed by a contributor to Minecraft code named Paul Spooner. It's true. The code I wrote for the large oak trees is still in the game. And I am still in the credits. Sign. Book title. Paul Was Here by DudeCon. When you sign the book, Will no longer be editable. Signed. There you go. Through, 2, 1. You're welcome. Thanks for having me on your server. I'm gonna keep talking about games, but I'll be here in my room, and if you want me to do anything else, or hang out, or build something, or whatever, just let me know. No Man's Sky, we talked about Realm of the Mad God, we talked about Islanders. Islanders is a cool city builder that's all about, like, synergies. Yeah, you're welcome, Pan the Drifter. It's all about synergies and, like, building things next to each other to get bonuses and building things in a certain order. I made a whole spreadsheet of, like, Islanders stuff, Islanders related points and things. I don't know if they've changed the game. It doesn't look like they've changed it recently. I played quite a bit of it. I feel like I mastered it, and haven't played it in a while, but it's very pretty. And there's still a joke at my house from playing Islanders. We were playing together, and I think we're just about to lose, and you get more cards or more, like, buildings based on how many points you get. And so if you can get, like, a whole bunch of points, you can get more cards. And you get a bonus for getting lots of points. So you want to get, like, a ton of points all at once, ideally, because then you get a bonus, which adds even more points. So Circus has a pretty big area of effect, and we were going to build a circus or something, or we were running out of points or something, and because, like, oh no, we're going to die, and I'm like, no, wait, it's okay, we've got a circus, we can put the circus down here, but first let's put some houses around, and then, like, we're going to put the circus down, and it's going to save us, it's going to bring us back to life. And then I was like, oh, of course, it's the Circus of Life, the Circus of Life, which of course is a reference to the Circle of Life from the Disney The Lion King, I think, back in the 90s. None of you have probably even seen The Lion King. That reference is probably completely lost on you, but my kids appreciated it, and they thought it was brilliant, and they still talk about that joke to this day. So yeah, Circus of Life. I made that joke because we were playing Islanders. Okay. Creeper World 4, again, another Creeper World game. It's got 3D, but it's basically the same game as Creeper World 3, so if you had to choose between them, I would choose 3. Portal 2, fabulous game. Not as good as Portal 1, but somehow I have more hours in Portal 2 than Portal 1. I don't know how that happened. Universe Sim, I think I got all the way to the end of the game. Some very cool things in Universe Sim. A lot of city games like City Skylines, you build the roads, and then people build the buildings, and then you can build a few buildings. Universe Sim, you build the buildings where you want. There's a predefined network of where the roads would go if you don't put something in the way. But if you put something in the way, then there won't be roads there. So you can just build your buildings wherever. But if you care about the roads, then you want to look at the road network and kind of build them where they fit in the road network. So it's this really neat, like, you're free to do what you want, but you also have an incentive to build according to the kind of arbitrary pattern that's laid out on the planet already. I might come back to it because I think they've upgraded it quite a bit. The last time I played it, they had just barely gotten to the interstellar or the interplanetary part. And so they didn't really have, like, well-developed interplanetary stuff. And I think the game is fully released now, so I might go back and play the Universe Sim as well at some point. Universe Sim, Build and Rescue, Stormworks Build and Rescue, yeah, Universe Sim. So another cool thing about the Universe Sim is once you have engaged with the system a few times, I don't know if it's a few times or if it's, like, the size of your economy or whatever, but they allow you to hire an official who will automatically place those kinds of buildings down for you so you don't have to place them manually anymore, which is perfect. And so I love that about it. It's like, everything about the Universe Sim seems very good. The one thing I didn't like is that it's kind of like Black and White in that you take little guys and, like, sacrifice them to your altar of the gods or something. It's got this very sacrilegious, you are playing as a literal god in the game, you're like the god of this world, and and the little guys worship you and stuff, and that makes me feel a little gross. And certainly, like, sacrificing them to myself also feels gross. So, yeah, I don't know about Universe Sim. A lot of the systems are great, but, like, again, some of the theme stuff is just a little cringy and bad. So, yeah, I don't know. I may go back and visit it and see how it goes, but a lot of the narrative portions of it clash with my religious sensibilities. So, anyway, Universe Sim. Chime. I think most of these hours are for my wife as well. I played some Chime. It's like a space-filling, Tetris blocky kind of game. You don't have to play according to the beat, but it's got this thing that moves across according to the beat. And I don't know. There's something about, like, the music and, like, being in sync with the music. I always felt like it wasn't quite well enough, like, integrated with the game mechanics. It was always just like there's a song playing and part of the elements are flashing to the beat of the music, but, like, it wasn't enough of a rhythm game to justify the tight connection with the music, but it was too connected to the music for me to feel like it was completely not a rhythm game. So I don't know, it fell into kind of a weird space for me, but yeah, I played a bit of it. It was fine. Alvora Tactics. Okay, so Alvora Tactics and what was the other one? Voidspire Tactics. Both really cool turn-based tactics, kind of like Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy VI kind of feel games. Really crunchy numbers stuff, really great systems. I don't think I ever beat Alvora Tactics, actually. But the one thing I didn't like about both of these games is that they didn't have RPG mechanics where you could grind in order to make it less hard. All the encounters are non-renewable, and you can't, like, there's all these caps on stuff, and so it really is a very tactical game. It's not an RPG, even though it feels a lot like an RPG. So I don't know. I enjoyed my time with them. I don't know if I'd go back and replay them. All right, let's see. Islanders is a panic attack. Oh, it's so relaxing. Paul, are you annoyed because we always invite you to Minecraft? I hope we invite you a lot more. No, I'm not annoyed. I don't really engage too much with Minecraft these days, but I would like to get my script working again. In fact, that was kind of what I was hoping to do on this stream, but I got distracted. I'm the distractible dad. What can I say? Can you please stream a bit earlier, like by a half hour, so we don't have to stay up really late? Yeah. So today I was going to stream, and then my kids wanted to go to the library, and so we did that. And then I was going to stream, and then we had lunch, so I did that. So I'm streaming, like, after lunch for me, so it's, like, after midnight for you guys. So, yeah, don't stay up on my account. You can always come back and watch the VOD. This is going to stay up. I'm not going to take any of this down. So am I cutting off the bottom of my head here? No. Yeah, I'm not really centered. Not really centered very well in this camera view, am I? There we go. It's not really that much better. Alright, it's fine. Yeah. If you guys need to go to bed or whatever, go to bed. Get some sleep. The VOD will be here. You can always watch it later. It's 1 a.m. I'm going to go sleep. Yeah. Alright, I'll hop out of Minecraft. And, yeah, go to bed, man. I'm going to finish talking about all the games in my Steam library. And the things I like and don't like about them. And if you guys want to watch later, you're welcome to. Where were we? Alvora Tactics and Voidspire Tactics. Okay. Dungeons of Dreadmore. Back in the day, I played a bunch of Linley's Dungeon Crawl, which I think is still available. I think you can still play it. And save scummed my way to beating the game, but a lot of procedural generation stuff, a lot of simulationist kind of thing, dungeon crawly stuff, roguelike, obviously. Hand the Drifter has to go too. Yeah, see you guys. Yeah, have a good night. Come back and watch the end of the VOD later if you want, or, you don't have to. Yeah, Dungeons of Dreadmore. So Dungeons of Dreadmore is kind of trying to be a dungeon crawler while being graphical and lighthearted and kind of like goofy and quirky. Again, it never quite landed exactly with me. I don't know if I ever beat Dungeons of Dreadmore. It was fine. It was fine. I don't know. It was never quite perfect. Scribblenauts Unlimited, I think, again, my wife played this more than I did. And the kids play quite a bit. It's okay. I mean, like, you can look up, Scribblenauts is well known, so yeah, you can look it up. I don't really play it anymore, but it's alright. The Last Starship. I don't have many hours on this because it's new and in development. It's by the guys who made Prison Architect, is what they're famous for. I have been buying every one of their games. Introversion is the guys. Introversion software? That can't be right. Is that right? Store page. Introversion software. Yeah. Introversion. They do a lot of simulation stuff, systems. Well, I mean, they made a bunch of games. One of the first games they made was Uplink, which is a hacking game, which I feel like inspired Bitburner. And they made, what was it called? It's like kind of like a Tron-like game, way back in the late '90s, I think. Anyway, they've been around forever. They did a whole series of videos about like all these game prototypes they made that just never worked out and they weren't exactly what they were looking for. They're big fans of Factorio and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, The Last Starship is kind of like Factorio in space. I know they said that they didn't want to make Factorio in space, but they're ending up making Factorio in space a bit. Plus like Star Trek-y kind of mission-y stuff. Voyaging and exploration and commerce and Privateer. One of the earliest games I played was Privateer way back in the day. And I played that a ton. And it has that kind of same, like, some space combat, some trading, some commerce, some, like, going between planets and stuff. But it also has this really great, like, actually build your own starship thing. And so, all the systems are there for you to build whatever you want. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying Last Starship. Development is never as fast as I would like. But, they're getting there. And I don't think I have actually played since the last release. If anything, I was going to add to The Last Starship, I would add the ability for you to put AI on your ships so that they would automatically do stuff, because they have AI, because the enemy ships have AI, and I want to be able to have AI run my ships, because I don't want to have to do it all myself. So, yeah, more automation. Automation of automation. Anyway, Last Starship. Very fun. Hard Space Shipbreaker. Another space game. I forget why I got into this. I think one of the guys on Seamus Forums recommended it. Don't really like it. Like, it's very pretty, very high graphics, which I distrust. The game systems and simulation systems do not live up to the visuals that are presenting them. So it's trying to be more pretty than its gameplay systems will justify. It's kind of the opposite of Dwarf Fortress, where Dwarf Fortress has like super, super minimal graphics, and they just recently released a graphics version where it actually has readable graphics. Before it was like completely arcane graphics, but really deep and intricate simulation. And I much prefer that versus Hard Space Shipbreaker, which is like really minimal simulation, but like very intricate graphics. So, yeah, I don't know. Didn't like it. Before We Leave, another kind of city builder, small planet kind of game. I don't know. It's something that never really clicked about Before We Leave. It has kind of a similar. I feel kind of similar in the way I feel about Oxygen Not Included, where it's kind of ugly and anti-industry, I guess. Like all the industrial stuff you build, all the development you do is like harming the planet, and then like the space whales come and destroy the planet because you're harming the planet or something. I don't know. It just always felt a little bit like anti-human, anti-industry kind of thing. Chen Gamers is watching from bed right now. Sick move, man. As long as you don't stay up too late, you gotta get some sleep. Gratuitous space battles. I talked about this a little bit. It's exactly what it says on the tin. You can set up a space battle, and then and look at this. They've even got oh man, this is very old DLC. They've even got DLC, but it's long out of date. Yeah, there's a bunch of space battles. You set up a bunch of like 2D spaceships, and then they fight each other, and it's very gratuitous. I don't know. It's fun. It's like an auto battler, but nobody loses because like you're playing both sides. Ah, Paul. Gen Gamer says Paul, but he's not saying anything else. What is it? What is it, man? Are you trying to get a hold of me? You trying to get a hold of me in Discord or something? No? No? Distractable Dad? Oh, hey, he posted my stream. So you don't have to post my stream to the Discord. If somebody wants to subscribe to me, there's a subscribe button right there. You can just subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications, and then you will know when I go live. I'm not going to babysit you. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to tell everyone when I go live. If you want to know, you can subscribe and turn on notifications, and then you'll know. If you don't want to know, I'm not going to force you to know. I'm not going to push it in your face. If you don't want to watch my videos while I'm live, that's fine. You can watch them later. You can not watch them at all. So yeah, don't push it on people. I mean, like if you want people to watch, it's great, but yeah, don't push it on people. They can subscribe if they want to. Hey, Paul, can you try out Roblox? I have played a tiny bit of Roblox. Not super impressed. Let's see. We're getting down to the 20 hours section. There's not a lot. Oh, there is some good stuff in here, though. There's so many little gems. So many little gems here. Braid. Beautiful game. I really like John Blow's stuff. I like his philosophy. And I like Braid. It's a short game. And I think they're coming out with... Gen Gamer says his internet's acting up. Is that why you dropped out for a minute? Sorry to hear that. I think they're coming out with like a 20th anniversary edition or something with a ton of commentary and stuff, which I'm planning to buy when it comes out. So maybe I'll play through Braid on stream or something. We can all play together. Braid, very, very cool game. Wildermyth. A lot of cool procedural story generation stuff in Wildermyth. It was put together a little bit before the GPT revolution, so I don't know if anyone would try to do something like this nowadays, because you could probably do the same thing with an LLM. Or not the same thing. You could probably do something better with an LLM. But some very cool ideas about storytelling. It's an RPG with a lot of procedural, like, modular story pieces that can fit together, and this very kind of illustrated, cartoony storybook kind of aesthetic that all ties well together. So it's a fun game. I haven't played a lot of it, but I played enough to know that I enjoyed it. Similar thing with For the King, similar kind of game, RPG-y. The thing I didn't like about For the King is that there are aspects of the game that are legacy. So like you play the game once and you lose, and then it unlocks like this thing that changes the way the game works. You play the game again, and now there's this new thing. The game works differently, and then you lose again, and then it unlocks this other thing that changes the way the game works. But every time it changes the way the game works, it feels like it's making the game easier. And so I feel like I'm not actually playing the game. I'm just like very slowly playing one very long game over multiple sessions or something. And I'm not actually like fairly engaging with the systems. I felt like it was always it was super unfair at the beginning, but you feel like it's your fault because you don't know how to play the game. But then it makes it easier and easier over time as you play. And then it expects you to think that you're getting better at the game, which you probably are, but it's also making it easier. So it's just, I don't know. It felt like a reverse difficulty curve thing that didn't seem genuine or fair, or I don't know. I didn't like the way that it was treating me as a player, so I haven't played very much of it. I think the kids have played quite a bit, though. Osmos, really cool, very simple game. I liked it a lot. I played quite a bit of it. I think I've got all the achievements for Osmos. No, I don't. How can I not have all the achievements? How is that possible? Who knows? Receiver 2. I didn't play the original Receiver. I did play Receiver 2. I love the chunky, simulationist, like handgunny stuff. The very tactile, very like... some people have trouble with it, where it's like, oh, you have to remember to push this button and that button. I played a lot of piano, and so I feel like my finger memory is pretty good, where I can just like tell my fingers, okay, this is how you know, bump rack and you know, load or whatever, the pistol, whatever it is you need to do to like get it unjammed or whatever. And so I never felt like that was an impediment to me, but for some people it is, so you have to be aware of that. It is a very like fiddly game. It's a very fiddly first-person shooter, and I liked it. I feel like I got my mileage out of it. I don't know if I ever beat it, or if you can beat it. Maybe you can't beat the game. I forget, but yeah, it was very interesting. Half-Life 2 is the best game here. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Half-Life 2. You have Assetto Corsa in your library, but you said you didn't play it. I guess we're getting there. Maybe I have it in my library, but I haven't played it. I don't know. Let's just go find this. A M A P Q R Ashes of the Singularity. Assetto Corsa. Assetto Corsa dedicated server, Assetto Corsa SDK. I don't think I have the game. I think I have the SDK and the dedicated server, but not Assetto Corsa itself. I'm just going to look up. What is this? Assetto Corsa. War Thunder. What? No. Store page. Doesn't have a store page. Assetto Corsa. Yeah, I don't own Assetto Corsa. I think Steam automatically gifted me the dedicated server and the SDK as some sort of like promotional thing. So like I can make mods for it, but I don't actually own the game. It's a car game. And if you listen to my 40th birthday stream, I talk about why I don't like cars. So go check that out, and you'll find out. But yeah, I don't play car games, and you will know why if you don't already. All right, where were we? Receiver 2. It's sad that you don't have many fans. Oh, thanks. How do you manage to do that? How do I manage to get the SDK for Assetto Corsa without having the game? Yeah. It's that's how. I think Steam gave it to me for free or something. Space Engineers. It's also possible that my kids installed it because it's like it's free to get the SDK, but you have to pay to get the game. So I can like host a server for Assetto Corsa, but I can't actually play Assetto Corsa. Who knows? Space Engineers. Okay, Space Engineers feels like that game. What was the one that I like? Planetary Annihilation. The original game, Planetary Annihilation, feels like a bunch of bros. So I used to work for an aerospace company, and there were a bunch of really good engineers there, but there were also a bunch of bros who were like football bros or whatever, and who just like got into engineering because it was good for money, and were not actually there for the engineering. They were there for like the bro socialization or whatever. And so there's this whole feeling of like, hey bruh, engineering is sweet, man. We gotta get the sweetest stuff. It's like the hot rod guys. We're like, oh, I'm gonna soup up my car. I'm gonna make it sweet. I'm gonna put a spoiler on it. And I'm gonna engineer the heck out of it. And it's gonna be sweet. And I'm gonna get all the chicks or whatever, and gonna drink beers and get the chicks and get laid and be a sweet dude. And I'm an engineer, and it was I'm kind of built that way. Like, a lot of girls were interested in me in high school and stuff, and like I'm good at engineering and I'm physically well built and I can compete sports wise and stuff. But I never have, because I've never wanted to play that game because I always felt like it was rigged. And so there's this culture tension in the company between these guys who are like the bros who are there, who are like want to do a sick trick on their dirt bike, and the engineers who are there because they really care about performance and like engineering specificity and technical competence and like the nitty-gritty of the thing working well and being beautiful. Maybe it's like the competition between guys who want to be cool and the guys who want to make something beautiful. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know exactly what it is. Obviously, I don't know exactly what it is, but I felt the tension in Planetary Annihilation, where the developers were bros who were like, we're going to make a sick game. It's going to be a sick real-time strategy game. It's going to be cool. You got these sick robots. And I was always like, I don't want sick robots. I want to have a game that's technically engaging and well executed and like great. And I felt exactly the same way about Space Engineers. I feel like the developers of Space Engineers are engineering bros who are like, I'm gonna be a sick space engineer, brah. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna make like sick space engineering stuff. But like the whole thing is not well executed. It's all built around this aesthetic. It's built around the aesthetic of engineering as opposed to the actual idea of engineering. So while I appreciate that someone wants to lionize the idea of engineering, I don't think it is these guys. I think they are grifting off of the engineering brand. There we go. So, did not like Space Engineers, even though I am an engineer and I do like space games. Filament. Really cool puzzle game. The thing I disliked most about Filament is that they are on a spaceship that looks like a college, like a high-end resort college dorm campus thing. Made absolutely no sense whatsoever in terms of space exploration, but the puzzles were quite good. I don't think I ever beat it. Risk of Rain 2, crunchy first-person shooter. Let's see. Jen Gamer says, rate my One Block Island 1 to 10. One Block Island. I'm afraid that even though I am very impressed by your build, I have not seen any other One Block builds, and I don't know how long it took you to do it, so it's like it's possible that you're very inefficient in the way that you used your time. Maybe it took you years and years to do that, and someone else could have done it much more quickly. I don't know. So I can't rate both because I don't know enough about it and because I don't have enough experience to compare it to. So like I'm very impressed that you did it, but I cannot give you a rating. I'm sorry. Can you recommend any free games because I am broke? Yeah, well, so Hammerfall is free. Where is it? It's way up here in like... How many hours do I have in Hammerfall? No, it's not that high yet. Where's Hammer Fight? Hammer Fight! There we go. Yeah, Hammer Fight is free. Is Aquaria free? It took me 160 hours. Yikes, man, that is a lot of time. There's a lot of time to spend on building a Minecraft area. Crazy. Aquaria. It's in your library. You can buy it for $10. Free games. Okay, so there's a ton of stuff on itch.io. Free stuff on itch.io. Ton of free games there. I think... Isn't Genshin Impact free? I think Genshin Impact is free. There's a bunch of free-to-play games. Genshin Impact is free to play. What's that space ninja mech game? Warframe. I believe Warframe is free to play. Yeah, there's a ton of free to play games as long as you don't mind wasting your time. And that's kind of the trade off. Like, I feel like most of the games. We'll get into my philosophy. Well, let's get into it now. So my philosophy of gaming, I believe that games are fun because you think that you are learning something valuable at a deep discount. By playing a game, you don't have to engage with all of the risks of doing the activity, but you can still learn some of the skills associated with the activity. So this is one of the reasons that first-person shooters are so popular, because you feel like you're learning how to engage with modern combat without having to risk your life and buy a gun and buy ammunition and go somewhere where you could shoot it. All that stuff gets abstracted away, or not abstracted away, but gets, it does basically get abstracted away, but it gets distanced from you. You're buffered from that. You're distanced from it. You're protected. And so you can feel like you're learning how to engage with modern combat without having to risk your life doing so. So, like, combat games, one of the reasons why they're so fun, people are like, oh, it's so terrible, they're violent. No, that's the whole point. The point is that you can engage with violence without having to risk your life and without having to kill other people. So, like, if they are accurate, or if they are truly informing you, then they are good games. So, my philosophy of games is they're fun because you're learning something valuable that you would have to pay a high cost for in real life, whether monetary or time or, like Kerbal Space Program. Really fun game because, you learn about orbital mechanics without having to actually build a rocket or go to school to learn all the specifics of the math. You can just learn it intuitively by playing the game. So, Kerbal Space Program, really great game. A bunch of these games, very good games because they're teaching you something real about how the world works without you having to engage with a very costly activity of doing the thing itself. So like combat games and games about like city building and stuff, right? Super, super expensive tasks, things like that, space exploration, all these things, the really hard things to do in real life, you can do in a game, and it's fun because you're telling yourself that you're learning something valuable. Now, the problem is if a game is lying to you about that, which is what gambling does. Gambling is where the game says you're learning how to navigate this complex system. It's so complicated that you can't detect a pattern, but there's a pattern there. But there isn't a pattern there. It's actually just random. That's what gambling is. So gambling feels like you're learning something about this super complicated system. It's like, if I do this thing and I do that thing and I wear this special socks and I come on this day and I bet this amount on this money on this thing and then I switch my bet to this amount on that thing, then, and I can see the pattern in this random noise, but it's actually just random noise. There's no pattern to be seen. You're being fooled by your own pareidolia, which is your ability to see patterns in random noise. And so gambling is terrible because it's a lie. It's a lie. It tells you you're learning something valuable when you're really not actually learning anything at all. You're just listening to white noise. You're just looking at static on the TV screen and imagining that you see patterns there. So, great thing about gaming is you can learn something really valuable with way lower cost in terms of time, effort, and money and risk than it would be to learn that same thing in real life. Downsides of gaming is if you are unable to or choose to corrupt your own ability to sense when you're being lied to, then you will become trapped in a system that is purely noise or that is not teaching you anything useful. And that is what almost all free-to-play games are. That is what Roblox is, for the most part. That is what World of Warcraft is, for the most part. That is what Genshin Impact is, for the most part. Again, like a lot of these games, there are some valuable things in it, but for the most part, they're just gambling. They're just random noise. They're just random white noise on the, static on the TV screen, They're not teaching you anything valuable. They're not being truthful with you about what you are doing. So, that's my philosophy of gaming. Gambling, horrific offense to truth and veracity. Real gaming, where you're learning something valuable at a much discounted cost, super valuable and super great. So, like Kerbal Space Program, really cool. World of Warcraft, mostly garbage. I mean, the World of Warcraft, there are some aspects to it where you're coordinating with people and doing some Simon Says kind of stuff, but they're the kind of like third grade thing that anybody could do. Like, it's not actually super skill heavy, and the stuff that is super skill heavy is artificially skill heavy. It's not teaching anything useful. It's just teaching how to engage with the game itself. So anyway, yeah, there's my rant on game design and game development and what gaming is about and all that stuff. Destiny 2. Yeah, Destiny 2 is not teaching you anything real about combat, space exploration, anything. Or are you saying Destiny 2 is a real game that's really good because it's teaching you something valuable? I don't know. I've never played Destiny 2. I always felt like... So I feel like the first-person shooters are kind of on a borderline between useful and not useful. On the one hand, real combat is extremely dangerous to engage with. And so anything that you can learn about it in a game could be really useful if you do ever have to go into combat. Fortunately, Lord willing, the likelihood of having to engage with actual modern combat for any individual who has free time to play video games is probably pretty low. I would have to talk to my brother, actually. He was in the military. He was in the army and went over to Afghanistan for a while. If he feels like any of his first-person shooter gaming experience helped him to, or hindered him in his actual combat. I don't know. I've never been in combat myself, so I don't know if it would be helpful or not. But I feel like it's probably mostly a lie. Because like sitting at your computer, moving your hand around like this and pushing keys is a very different experience from actually carrying a firearm, being under fire, experiencing trauma and shock and sustained stress over long periods, and carrying heavy things. It's just like it's an extremely different experience. So like the engineering games, I feel are actually very much more close to real life, even if they're weird abstracted versions of real life, because learning how to deal with complex systems in an abstracted way and take something apart, take apart a problem and solve it, put it back together and see it all work is something that's very applicable to real life and engineering. Whereas first-person shooter stuff, even though the costs are much higher in terms of life and danger, I don't think that they develop transferable skills in the person who plays them. So Destiny 2, Call of Duty, all those games, again, I don't have any first-hand experience, but my intuition is that they're closer to gambling than they are to Kerbal Space Program. Beaming is cool because there are soft body physics of cars and you can crash without paying or taking self-damage. Beaming. Can you read this message? Yeah, I just read it. Beaming. B-A-M-N-G. Is it a driving game? I don't know if it's a driving game or something. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about something. I got distracted talking about first-person shooters. Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is a first-person shooter. Is that how I got on this? I don't know. Or no, someone talked about Destiny 2. No, I started ranting before that. I started ranting for some reason, and now the rant is over. There we go. This is my rant on... I'm going to have to, timestamp that so people can find this rant. Maybe I'll make a video out of it. Maybe I'll clip my own stuff and make a video out of it. I don't know. We'll see. Risk of Rain 2. Okay. Risk of Rain 2, first-person shooter. Got a bunch of, interlocking systems and buffs and stuff. Too much randomness. I feel like there wasn't enough reliability in the upgrades and stuff that you can get for me to feel like I was engaging with the game on a skill level. It was just kind of play well until you get the buffs that can combo out and, run away with each other. So... too much gambling, I guess. Risk of Rain 2. Half-Life 2. Very heavy story-driven, first-person shooter. well written, well designed, very linear, not open world, not branching. It doesn't have a branching storyline or anything. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on Half-Life 2. It's very competently, technically executed. For the time, it was amazing, technically. But I don't feel like it's trying to do the kind of things that I want from a game. There we go. That's pretty good. Oh, and I felt like Alex was emotionally manipulative. Like, putting Alex in the game and making her like this girlfriend character who's like the boss's daughter thing, it just felt emotionally manipulative to me. I forget if I played it before, if I first played it before I was married or not. I think I might have been married when I first played it, but it probably would have been felt even more manipulative if I hadn't been married. Just because it's like it's the game trying to entice you with the appeal of an attractive sexual partner who's just out of reach, but is open to a relationship if you can just overcome this challenge of playing this video game, right? It's like, come on, if your game isn't fun enough in the systems that it's presenting, then you shouldn't have to like try to make it be more engaging by putting a girl in it. I don't know, it just felt manipulative to me. And maybe that's just me. Mini Metro, okay. Mini Metro, fun little systems game. It's kind of like a city builder, only you just build the railways. I don't know. I felt like there wasn't quite enough there. I felt like it was too mini. It was too small for me to really engage with. But it's a fun little game. Particle Fleet. This is the same guy who made the Creeper World games. I felt like Particle Fleet wasn't really an improvement on what he was trying to do, and I think he decided the same because he's moving back to the Creeper World setting. But Particle Fleet was an interesting kind of side project, or like a divergence. It's kind of in the same world. So one of the things about these guys' games, what's his name? Knucklecracker is the name of the studio. I forget his name. I guess it doesn't really matter. But one of the weird things about him, other than him kind of being like stuck in World War I as far as like simulation and like philosophy of war goes, he's got this like, he's always got this storyline, and like it seems like the game is taking the storyline very seriously, and it seems like he's taking the story very seriously, but the story is just so melodramatic and like over the top and kind of quirky and disconnected, and I don't know. I feel like he's like this really amateur writer who really wants to take his work as an artist seriously, and part of that is like all his games have to have stories in them. I feel like Zach Barth did just a beautiful job with the story. Now he didn't write it, but like a beautiful job in the kind of story that he commissioned for Space Chem, where it was just chef's kiss, perfect, like thematic, minimal. You didn't have to engage with it if you didn't want to. Like Particle Fleet, all of the Knucklecrackers games have these unskippable cutscenes in them and stuff. And it's just like, really? Do you have to? I don't know. He doesn't. He doesn't have to. He's doing it on purpose, and I don't know why. I think he just can't see that he's writing schlock, and he thinks that he's being clever and like adding to his game when he's really detracting from it. So I don't know. That's my opinion. Don't have to take it if you don't want to. Dorfomantic, very fun little tile game. I made a little script to keep track of all the little matches, because like you'll get spots and you'll get your map really big and you won't remember all the spots that have these specific connections to them. And so after a while it becomes very taxing mentally to keep track of them all. So I made a little program in Python, and you can get it from my GitHub to keep track of all your Dorfomantic spots. And then if you want to, anyway, it's just like a little thing, and it'll check it against all the different orientations of the tile, so that you can put the tile in the best spot if you want to. And you don't have to, but it kind of helps you to remember stuff. Good Robot. This was made, I think this is the only game that Seamus Young ever published on Steam. And he actually didn't publish it. Pyrodactyl published it for him. But it's the only computer game that I think he ever got published. And it's a fun little game. I made some fan animations of it. Some of the best animation I've done. Uh, Not to say that it's any good, but just like some of the best that I've done, and I'm happy. I'm happy with my contribution to that. I don't think that it helped at all. I don't think that it sold very much at all. I mean, like, Good Robots probably got like 20 reviews or whatever. How many reviews does this thing have? It doesn't even have reviews. I haven't even given it a review. I think I did at some point. Did it just like fall off the map? It was so long ago. Maybe it was released so long ago that it never got reviews logged or something. Or it was before the review system. I don't know. Anyway, it's a twin stick side-scrolling fly around shooty game, and he wrote the whole engine himself from scratch in C++ or something. And I mostly love it because it reminds me of him. And he was my best friend. He passed away, and is one of the few things that we have to remember him, other than his humongous blog that's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of words. Goddess, if you don't know who Peter Molyneux is, don't injure yourself finding out. Goddess could have been better. Outer Worlds. I didn't like the tone of Outer Worlds. It felt like it was a little too... It wasn't playful enough. It took itself a little too seriously. It had a philosophical agenda that it wanted... That it jokingly assumed that I shared with it, and which I did not. So I didn't play much of it. I got far enough through it to realize that it wasn't the setting in the game that was speaking to me. It was the developers speaking to me through the setting. Because I got to several other planets, it's like, oh, this is the same message from all these different places. The developer has got a bullhorn, and it's this game, and it's like yelling at me that isn't it great that we all agree on this thing? And I'm like, no, we don't agree, game. Stop. I don't like it. So yeah, Outer Worlds, didn't like it. Psychonauts. I played this game a long time ago. My kids have played it a bit. I love the idea of like mental worlds and having like vastly different rules for all the different ways you can engage with the system. The platformer stuff was fine. I feel like the 3D platforming could have been better, but it was totally serviceable. I think Psychonauts 2 came out. I've never really wanted to play it, but yeah. Again, Psychonauts, kind of ugly, kind of gross, kind of grotesque, and I don't like that. I don't want to engage with grotesque, ugly, gross things. I want things that are beautiful and true and lovely and good. So, yeah. Project High Rise. This is kind of like Sim Tower. Sim Tower was one of the Sim games. It was one of the more minor ones. And it's a very serviceable reinterpretation of Sim Tower. I played it enough to basically beat it. I feel like it needs more automation, like a lot of games. There's a lot of stuff where it's like, oh, you have to build the utility closet on every level, and you gotta connect the wires on every level, and you gotta connect the water pipes on every level. It's like, come on, I don't want to have to do this on every level for everything every time. I want to just... Can't I just say, like, hook it up on this level and have it done? But no. You have to do it individually. It's very, very fiddly, micromanagey. So, if you like that kind of game, Project High Rise. Bellio TV says hi. Hi, Bedoli TV. Hi, man. I am surprised that I still have 3 viewers, even though it is 1:30 in the morning in Turkey. That's amazing. Let's see how far I can get through my Steam Workshop. My Steam Games library here. Underlords, Dota Underlords. I think this is free to play. It's an auto battler. It's fine as far as an auto battler goes. I never really quite saw the appeal, and I haven't played in a long time. Guns of Icarus. I played this at LAN parties. It was fine as far as the LAN party game went. I feel like I got pretty good at it, and then people didn't want to play with me anymore because they kept losing. But maybe that's just me congratulating myself in my imagination. From Dust. Cool idea. Too much DRM and like artistic direction and stuff, and not enough simulation. Enemy Mind, very cool side-scrolling bullet hell idea where you can take over enemy ships. I think I got stuck near the end of the game because it was this long asteroid section that was kind of like a puzzle, but it wasn't clear how to beat the puzzle, and you had to like redo a whole bunch of levels before it to retry it. So it was like a do it again stupid thing where it's like, oh, well, you didn't guess the right asteroid to jump to, so guess you have to do the whole thing over again. So I stopped playing it, but yeah, I played quite a bit of Enemy Mind. Townscaper, very cool. Oskar Stålberg, if you don't know of him, I like Oskar Stålberg as a developer. I like Planet, if you want to look up. I think I still have a version of Planet up on the internet that has a save and load function, so you can save and load your planets, because before you, like in the game, in the tech demo that he made, you couldn't save and load planets. It was just kind of like, it was just a toy, you could build stuff. But my friend Andy Wilkinson actually did the coding to change it so that you could save and load things to disk, and then you could like actually build a planet on purpose and use it as a setting for something else. But it didn't have really any simulation or anything in it. It was just this very cool tile set experiment. He also made Bad North, which I got on GOG, I think. Or it might have been Nitro. It might have been like Discord Nitro I got access to it. I forget. Anyway, he made Bad North, a fun little Viking game. He made Townscaper, a fun little town building toy. Again, not really any simulation happening. I made a few videos on Townscaper. My most viewed video is actually about Townscaper. Townscaper Maximum Town, where I cracked open the save file format and just filled up the whole thing with voxels, so like from top to bottom, maximum number of voxels, and then made a video about that. But yeah, Townscaper is a very cool toy. It's not really a game, but it's a really nice little toy, very relaxing because there's no time pressure or anything, and yeah, it's just like a neat little town in the middle of the water. It's kind of Mediterranean town thing. Yeah, very fun little toy. Antichamber. Antichamber is like a puzzle first-person shooter. It's got a bit of voxel mechanics to it. Not really, though. I think it's mostly... I think the voxels are all like flow-based. A lot of perspective-based stuff. A lot of like what you're looking at, how you approach things, what angle you approach stuff from. Lots of rendering layers and stuff that he does. Kind of a mind-bending-y... what was the other game? I think I've got... The other one was... it was only on Epic Games. What was it called? It came out a few years later. Kind of MC Escher Relativity, Art Nouveau, Art Deco, probably more style, architecture. Anyway, there's this other game. I kind of like Antichamber more, honestly, as a puzzle game. Once you solve it, you probably don't have to play it again because it's just a bunch of puzzles. But yeah, some neat stuff. Neat stuff in Antichamber. I won't spoil it for you. Portal, amazing game. I feel like I must have played it on some other platform because 11 hours is not enough for me to have played the game. Maybe I feel like I must have played it on some other platform or someone else's account or somewhere else because I feel like I've got more than 11 hours into it. But yeah, cultural touchstone. Honestly, you can probably just watch a playthrough though, and get a lot of the same. You won't get the experience, but you'll get all the memes from it. Anyway, Commander Keen. I grew up with Commander Keen. I only have a few hours in it in my library because I played it on DOS back in the day. But I bought it again, the pack, just to have access to it so my kids can play it. Yeah, so it's a classic platformer from id Games. 1000 amps, little platformer. Runers. This is made by a guy who worked at Electro Impact with me, the aerospace company I was talking about. It's a fun little game. The top-down 2D twin stick. You like combine different elements to make different spells and stuff. It's alright. Robocraft, I think this is free to play. You build robots out of voxels and shoot them at each other and stuff. It's fine. I don't know. I never really got into it, but it was alright. Castle Story. This was released shortly after Minecraft blew up and became big, and was later abandoned, I think. I don't think it ever really got to be usable, but it's in my library anyway. Evercron Mercenary is supposed to be this amazing, like, privateer-like fighting, flying game. I never got into it. If I should have, let me know, but seems like there are better flying, fighting spaceship games out there now. Beautiful Desolation. I played this through at the request of someone on Seamus's site, in the comments on Seamus's blog. They said it was amazing. My thoughts on it are in the podcast. I talk about Beautiful Desolation. I think you can just search up like Beautiful Desolation on my channel. Let me see. YouTube. If you just go to YouTube, go to my channel, view your channel. I want to search for Beautiful Desolation. There we go. Diecast 337, Xbox Desolation. So Seamus, how you doing this week? And I've got a podcast, and let's see, Beautiful Desolation, the game. There it is. It starts at 9:55. You can go right there. 9:54, Beautiful Desolation, the game.
Speaking of incredible dystopias.
Incredible dystopias. There you go. So I talk about that. So I'm not going to talk about it here because I already talked about it. Slime Rancher. My kids love this game. I don't. I think it's kind of a time waster, but you know, it's a game. Invisible Ink. A lot of people love this. I was meh on it. It's fine. Fine for what it is. It's not really what I wanted, but it is alright. I kind of like Frozen Synapse better, but yeah, whatever. Fez, puzzle game. I feel like I played more of Fez than is on here. Maybe on another platform or something. But yeah, puzzle game. I think the developer of Fez famously rage quit the internet at some point. But, you know, you can still play the game, I think. Can't you? Is it still available? Available for purchase? Buy Fez, yeah, you can still buy it for $10, so yeah, still there. If you want a puzzle game by a guy who rage quit the internet. Terra Nil, nice little casual isometric puzzle game. It's about like restoring the environment. It's very pretty. I like it. I didn't play it enough to, I mean, obviously it's only 7 hours, so I haven't spent a ton of time with it, but I think I beat it in 7 hours, so it wasn't hard. But yeah, it was fine. Terra Nil was a fine game. Cogs, another puzzle game, is okay. Solar 2, I don't remember ever playing this. Hyperbolica, very cool. If you like spatial perception, if you like a game that plays with spatial perception, it is a game set in a world where you can, like, spinning all the way around is more than 360 degrees or is less than 360 degrees, that kind of thing. So yeah, very trippy experience. Makes my wife motion sick just to look at it, not even to play it, just to be near it makes her motion sick. So your mileage may vary, but yeah, Hyperbolica is a very unique experience. Quadrilateral Cowboy, again, very unique experience. I love the sense that, like, you plan the whole thing out, and then once it's all planned perfectly, you just execute it, and it's as if the heist goes off perfectly just as you planned it. You don't have to actually execute it in real life, so it's all like in a simulation in your little hideout or whatever. Yeah, Blendo games, they have their aesthetic, and it's a thing. And if you can jive with it, it's very low poly and kind of third worldy, kind of alternate future thing. Yeah, 20th century cyberpunk. It says it all right there on the tin. very unique experience. I don't think I ever beat it. I think I got stuck on the last level, but anyway. Never Out. I did not like this. I do not recommend it. The Captain RPG kind of blends a bunch of different mechanics together. I never beat it. Never really got hooked on it. But maybe I'll go back and play it at some point. I was not offended by it. It was just kind of, it's a little bit a little too quirky, maybe. Like it had some of that point and click adventure game. The old the old Sierra adventure game kind of feel to it. So if that's something you are craving, have a hankering for, The Captain is very interesting. I never really liked that, so maybe that's why it didn't jive with me. But yeah, I may go back to it at some point. Northgard. Great for LAN parties. I never got into the competitive scene, and I never really wanted to play it single player. I never got particularly good at it. My friend Andy was like super good at this game, and so he would always spank us in the LAN parties. So, and that was fine. That was his thing. So he got good at that. Besiege. I feel like this game was missing something. Maybe I felt like there was no power source, and that because it didn't deal with power sources and transmission. It's a voxel mechanical thing building game. Probably if you've played Tears of the Kingdom, there's probably a lot of stuff in Tears of the Kingdom that's kind of like Besiege, or it may have been inspired by it. So yeah, check it out if you're interested. Watch some tutorials or whatever. Sethian is a game all about interpreting and learning an alien language. I beat the game. I got several different endings. I got good enough at the language to beat the game. I feel like the game was hinting that there was some deeper meaning and some more mysteries and stuff, but I feel like it wasn't there, or there was too much of a jump between the stuff that they held your hand to get and the stuff that you could get on your own easily, and then the stuff that was kind of hidden. I felt like there was too much of a gap between the stuff that was hidden and all the other stuff. There was kind of like, okay, I got it. Oh, I see how this works. Oh, I see how that works. Got that. And then there was some stuff that was just like, I have no idea if there's anything out there, but there's way too big of a gap for me to jump to it, and so I lost interest in it. So maybe I exhausted it. Maybe I just gave up too early. But Sethian, very interesting if you're interested in the Witness style, learning a visual language kind of thing. Only it's got a lot more text in it. I mean, it's very textual. So anyway, Sethian, fascinating experiment. Air, beautiful game about flying around between sky islands. I feel like there could have been a little more meat on them bones, but it's fine. Project Zomboid, I played a little bit with some friends, but I never got into it for myself. Wilderless is proc-gen environmental walking around doing stuff game. It was a little janky when I played it. Maybe it's gotten better. It was in development, so I'm not saying that the finished product was bad. It's just when I was playing it, it was a little too janky. Maybe I should go back and look at it. Wilderless, yeah. Maybe I should take another look at that one. I'm finding a lot of games. I'm like, oh, maybe I should look at that again. Overload, Descent. The guys who made Descent made another game. It's a 6-axis shooter, first-person 6-axis shooter, flying around a spaceship thing. I feel like it would be fun to play at LAN parties. I don't really have any friends that do LAN parties anymore, so I don't play Overload. But yeah, 6-axis shooter. Where's My Heart? The kids love this game. It's got some cool stuff it does with breaking up the game world into different viewports and rearranging those viewports so they're in different places and different orientations and things. Very simple platformer, not particularly challenging, but an interesting exploration. Starseed Pilgrim, interesting indie game. Batinicula, kind of ugly, wouldn't recommend it. Crayon Physics, I think my kids have played way more of this than I have. It's a fun little toy. PUBG Test Server, Team Fortress 2, I played a bit of elsewhere. I forget where I played this, but I feel like I played more than 3 hours of TFT 2. I played some of the original Team Fortress and the original mod. What was the mod of Counter-Strike, I think? Was Counter-Strike a mod of something? I don't know. Anyways, there's a whole history behind Team Fortress 2. Hollow Knight, I've played a little bit of. I don't even know why it's in my... Is this in my library or is this from my wife's library? Yeah, this is from my wife's library. All right, so I've played some of these games just like borrowing them from her library. My wife has played hundreds of hours of Hollow Knight and loves it. I'm not really into platformers, but that's fine. She loves it and she's good at it. The kids have gotten really into it. So, like, if you like 2D platformers, Hollow Knight is the game. I mean, like, what is there to say? It's Hollow Knight. Book of Travels. This was sure an experience. I don't know what it was, but I feel like I'm not in their target demographic. Please don't touch anything. I don't know what this is either. It's kind of like an unfolding game. You can push buttons and unlock panels and do things. It's got a bit of a horror kind of like... What was that game? Anyway, it's kind of like a horror-y, horror-esque, horror-adjacent. It's got horror elements to it. A little bit of a puzzly game, a little bit of a horror game. I don't know. I didn't really like it. I played it with a bit. Proteus. Again, indie game. If you care about that kind of thing, it's amazing. It made me cry the first time I played it. I don't think I played it since. Yeah. Glyph Guesser. This is a game that I made and published on Steam. I made it in a weekend because my kids wanted to play a game with me. And I was like, oh, I can make this into a computer game. So I did, and then I published it on Steam. And here it is. I think that probably, yeah, there's like one person. Hey, Cat reviewed this game. Amazing. I didn't know, please help. Well, thanks, Cat. It's very nice of you. I didn't realize that you were the one who did that. Cool, thanks. Anyway, Glyph Guesser, it's a game that I made. I don't really play it on Steam because I can just play it in Python without doing the Steam thing. And there's like hardly any Steam integration, so in fact, there's no Steam integration, so I'm like, there's no point in playing it on Steam if you can just like play it offline or whatever. But yeah, Glyph Guesser, it's pretty. I don't know. I think it's fun. Hammer Watch. What even is this? I think this is a multiplayer game that I played with some guys. I got it for LAN party. Atlas Reactor, got it for LAN party. Blueberry Garden, like one of the very earliest indie games on Steam. Kind of garbage, I think. Don't play it. Fistful of Frags, LAN party game. Left 4 Dead. I played this with Seamus Young. He loved it. I was not super enthralled. Among Us. It's super huge with the streamers and stuff. I don't care for it. I mean, like, if you want to, great, but I don't really, so that's fine. Endless Space. Oh wow, I didn't even know I had the definitive edition. Wasn't there another Endless game up here? Maybe I got like a pack. Maybe like I got a deeply discounted pack. Because wasn't there like an Endless game up here somewhere? Oh, it should be over here. Endless Space 2. Okay, I see. I played Endless Space 2. I played through a whole campaign of that. Then there's Endless Space. I played a little bit of that. Then there's Endless Legend. I don't think I've even ever played Endless Legend. Oh, it's because it's from my brother's library. Alright, so never mind. This is only in my library. This is probably only in my library because on my brother's account. In Other Waters, I was not super impressed by. Took too long. I felt like it was wasting too much of my time. The story was not deep enough to be engaging. The mechanics were not challenging enough to be enthralling. Cortex Command. I love this game. I played a ton of it off of Steam, and then I bought it when it was on Steam just to support the guy. It's got a great Lua modding. It's a pixel physics game. I think it's great fun. I don't know if it's in development anymore. I feel like it's probably not in development anymore. And I don't remember if he has a campaign mode. I think, did he? add a campaign mode to it? It's mostly like multiplayer. Win the metagame. Win the tutorial level. Watch the intro. Boot up the game. Yeah, there's a bunch of cheapo achievements. What's the final one? Win a metagame using every tech. Oh, yeah. Fun. Yeah. Cortex Command. Really great modding support. I had a lot of fun modding it and stuff. Back like 17, 18 years ago. But yeah. Yeah, it's a cool time. At some point I'd like to play it with my kids, but I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Unrailed, another multiplayer game. This is more of like a hot seat one. I think the kids played this more than I did. Counter-Strike 2. Yeah, not really to first-person shooters. Venoneth. I bought this because it was deeply on sale. It's like a marble. It's very like 80s CG scenes. 80s CG kind of environments and stuff. When I got a little further into the game, it got it got way too backtracky and tedious to solve the puzzles. Which is like, oh, I see how to solve this puzzle. I have to go way over there and do the thing, and then go way back here and do the thing, and then go way over there and do the thing, and go back here. And it was too much. So I gave up on it. But if you like the aesthetic, I mean, you'll be able to tell. If you look at the screenshots, if you love the aesthetic, you'll love it. Warframe, not a fan. Too gross. I don't like the gross graphics. The whole thing is just like, ugh, yuck, ugh. Feels like the spaceship. How did I put it? The spaceships feel like a fat guy in tight underpants. It's just like, ugh, whoa, whoa, I don't want to look at that. So, I don't know. I don't know why they did their art that way, but that's what it feels like to me. Universe Sandbox. It's a fun little toy. Desk Job, Aperture Desk Job. I think they gave this away for free. Risk of Rain, the original. I played this a bit. Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. I don't think I played this ever. Shovel Knight. I feel like I must have beat Shovel Knight at some point. Maybe my wife did. Welcome to Basingstoke. This was made by Puppy Games, I think. They made a few games. I was following them for a while. I liked them. They were fine. I feel like they got real jobs at some point and stopped doing game dev. Or I don't know what happened to them, but Welcome to Basingstoke. I feel like zombie survival thing. I didn't like the aesthetic. I didn't like the stress. I didn't like the feeling of the whole thing. But yeah, I mean, like, is this live at all? Has anyone played this recently? I don't know. Don't know. The Longest Journey. Classic point-and-click adventure game. Can't really recommend it, but it's a classic for what it's worth. Tribes. I think my roommate was into Tribes in college, and so I tried to play Tribes, but like no one is playing anymore, so you can't play a game with anyone because there's no one on. Civilization 6. The Civilization games are their whole own thing. I played Civilization, the original, and then a year later they came out with Civilization 2, and I played that a ton, like back when I was in grade school. And I feel like there's not enough help in the game to let you stay on track with what it is that you're doing. The empire gets so big and you're micromanaging so many different things that it's very easy to lose the thread on what is going on in your game. And especially if you like put it down for a couple days and then come back to it, it's just like you got to make really good notes or something. So like there needs to be much better tools in the game to help you manage what it is that you're trying to do. That's my feeling about Civilization games. I feel like they're not particularly good simulations. They're not really administratively useful. They don't teach you administrative skills. It's just like this very big spreadsheet manager with pretty graphics. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings about it, obviously. 12 is better than 6. I think this is... Have I played this? 0 minutes. I've never played this. I don't know why this is in my library. Oh, a lot of this stuff is probably from my brother's library. So I think we've reached the end of my stuff, because none of this stuff I played. This is all 0 hours. This is all from my brother's library, or my wife. Well, not my wife. Almost all the games that my wife has, I also have. So yeah, there we go. A bunch of this stuff is from my brother's library. He has way more games than I do, apparently. And I have now talked about all the games in my Steam library. Somebody asked for that at some point. There's only one of you watching still. And I'm gonna get back to what I was doing. What was I doing? The Distractable Dad. I got distracted by something. Library. Alright, that was Steam. We're gonna close that. I'm gonna close that. What do we have going here? What do we have going here? Somebody is watching. Somebody's watching still. Somebody fell asleep with the stream going, probably. That's probably what's going on. Gen Gamers probably fell asleep with the stream running, and now he's just sleeping. I'm just jabbering at him. Yeah, I should definitely clip that section about game design. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna make a note. There we go. What were we gonna do? We're gonna do some code. Let's see. Let's see if we can get our. I'm gonna put all these. Oh, I don't really need this one. There we go. Let's go get our Minecraft scripts. PyCharm projects, Minecraft scripts. Minecraft saves. Minecraft scripts. Alright. 1.12 test. Test B, test C. Let's open up Minecraft and just open up some of our test worlds here. I forget what version I was playing in when I was doing these tests, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to go to version 1.20.1 and open up some test worlds. And we'll just see where we're at. I'd like to get my script that does the level interface for Minecraft save files working again. Leia. Test B, test C. 1.18. Alright, well, we're going to upgrade again, I guess. 1.20. I think the save files is the same. Test B. Oh yeah, okay. I recall now. So this is just like a test world where you can run around and do stuff and view what's in the map. Did I delete some trees off here? Let's see. Save quick to title. Single player. Test C. Test backup. Test. I don't remember if I did anything to these. Yeah, I think I was just modifying some stuff. Was I? Not sure what I was doing. Let's see. Test backup. I feel like in one of these I was deleting whole sections of the map. Oh, ho. Haha. Minecraft didn't like that, whatever that was. Yeah! There we go! These are trees from the Forester script. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I need to go back to here and like 1. Oh yeah, see this is a 1.12. So 1.12 is the latest version that my script worked on. But here's some trees. I inputted some trees into the game using the script. And so this is all working. So I know that my scripts are working. It's just the level save format thing that is not working. Oh, is this a crater? Is this a crater from Starstone? Yes, it is! It's a crater! There we go. Craterified some stuff. Oh yeah, I never got the lava fill working quite properly either. I've gotta fix that. Alright. Alright, let's see here. We're gonna take this and we're gonna copy it, and then we're gonna go back in here. I wish there was a way to quit without saving, but you can't quit without saving. Alright, so then we're gonna go back here, delete that, and we're gonna name this test, and then hopefully oh, 1.12 test is version 1.20. I guess we gotta overwrite it with the test backup. Oh well. There. Okay. So, know the scripts are working. Just need the interface to work. So, let's go back in to test B, I guess. And we're going to make some notes on stuff. We're going to go over here and we're going to try to change a block. Let's see here. I'm going to make a gold block. Toink. Okay. That is at targeted block. 5170, negative 39. Okay. And that's in test B. Today. 306. All right. Test B. Great. Okay. Is it test B? No, I'm not so sure. Single player. Test B. Okay. All right. So test B has a block at some location. 50, 70, negative 39. And we've got, is this our latest MC interface? I think it is. We should go to GitHub and grab our latest version. Python. Well, we should pull the origin anyway. I should make a new repo to hold my Minecraft stuff. Although maybe am I manually updating it? I feel like I should do it with GitHub. Let's see. Let's sign into GitHub. Shouldn't show off my username and password. Got two-factor authentication turned on because code is super important for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't understand. I guess you don't want people to log in and delete all your code, but still, it's very annoying. I don't like 2FA. Authenticator. GitHub. All right, here we go. All right, signed in. Great. It's fine. All right, I think I can show this now. Hopefully I don't like give away any state secrets or whatever. DudeCon Python. Is it all just like in the Python library? Is that where I'm keeping all this stuff? I feel like I've got my own repo just for. Yeah, see, there's a Townscaper stuff. Minecraft scripts. There we go. Okay. Minecraft scripts. So, PyCharm projects, Minecraft scripts. Let's. I don't know. MC interface. When was this last updated? December 2021. Oh, it's been so long. MC interface. Version 1.18. Works with Minecraft 1.13 and later. I think I've got a branch. Yeah, I've got a branch for Anvil and a branch for MC level. So main is the branch we want to be on, because that should be the latest one. We want this to go up to 1.20, I guess. 1.13 and later. Oh, I guess that should be read and write are implemented. Did I have read and write implemented already? Okay, when was the last commit here? MC interface. Code. Blank. 3 years ago. December 2nd, 2021. MC interface. December 3rd, 2021. So it's just barely newer. I feel like I can't have made much progress since then. But I'm very hesitant to throw this away. Okay, well, we won't throw it away. It's fine. We're just going to go up to the parent library, and we'll call this Minecraft scripts old working. Great. And then we're going to make a thing here with GitHub. We're going to add clone a repository, your repositories, Minecraft scripts. The local path is going to be Home Father Projects Game Dev Minecraft scripts. I think we want to do Home Father PyCharm Projects Minecraft scripts. Clone. Alright. Fetch origin. And there we go. Alright, so now here is our latest thing. And let's copy this. I think you copy it over to the save file and then execute it. So this is fiddly here. I think I can drag this in to here. No. No, I can't drag this into here. Okay, so the other thing I could do is copy all this stuff over somewhere where I can work on it. This is my repo. This is my save file. Am I gonna need a third spot to save everything? Alright, let's see. This is gonna grab. Let's see. Save file load test. Save file. Save file to load. Class save file. Init folder name. Save folder. Okay. So I think I could put it in the folder that this contains. So I'm not supposed to put it here. I'm supposed to put it here. And let's make another copy of this. Go out. Old working. What did I have this set to? Test. Alright, so this is all test code. I want to be able to edit stuff in here, but I think what I have to do is copy it over from here. I don't want to put it in my repo. So we're going to go out to here. We're going to make a new one. Minecraft working. This is our working folder. All right, so we've got our test save file. We've got a Minecraft scripts. This is from our repo. We're going to copy this over, and then we should be able to run this. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got it in our IDE, and now we should be able to run this. Let's put a breakpoint here, and just run it. Debug. No, that's not what I want. I don't want to debug perform page. I want to debug. Alright, this is Shift F9. So like Control Shift F9, I think. Alt Shift F9. There we go. Debug. MC interface. There we go. File object. Main thread. Error. File not found, no such file directory. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. It's throwing an error because we've misconfigured this. MC interface. We misconfigured it because we told it to find test, and it should be test B. And we should be able to just rerun. Okay. Trace back. Surface block. We're doing a surface block find from update this. Why are we in surface block though? SBD surface block XZ. Print SBD. Okay. Well, that's fine. We can get through the code here. We'll parse through it. Console exception. Let's see. MC level of. We should be able to just, yeah, here we go. Here's the data. Here's the regions. So we should have our tag 10, payload, data, border, spawn chance, version was modded, rain time, spawn XY. I think I put a player. Did I put a player thing in here somewhere? Check lock, read lock, write lock, read data, surface block, set surface block, player. There we go. Player. Brain. Hurt by. Sleep timer attributes. XP. XP total. So we should be able to alter this and then save it. XP total. Payload. Int 0. Data object. Set value. 1 million. Dot save. MC level dot write. Okay, let's see what happened. So we're going to go back to our test B. Let's see, we should put this over here so that's in the middle. Okay, good. Saves test B. We're going to name this backup. And then we're going to take test B. We're going to paste it over here. We're going to go back to Minecraft. Going to go single player test B play. And we should have 1 million experience. We're in creative mode. So game mode. Survival. Doesn't look like 1 million experience. Okay, maybe if we save it now. Save it to title. Okay, now we're going to take saves, take test B, put it back into Minecraft working, merge it, replace it, merge it, merge it. There. Okay, and then we're not going to do this. And we can't print SBD. XC save file to load. Test B. And then break. And then gonna write it. And print saving. Alright, so we're gonna say save this. Rerun it. There we go. Now we're break. Now we find MC level. Come on. MC level dat. Tags. MBT tags. Payload. Data. Tags. Come on, where's player? I thought it was in here somewhere. Player. Player, it's right here. Why are you not finding it? Does it have to be capitalized? Oh, just clicking the wrong place? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Player, payload, player game type, 0. XP total, 1 million. Hey, okay, it's still a million XP. That's good. Maybe it's like level. Brain, hurt by timestamp. Sleep timer attributes invulnerable, fast flying, portal cooldown, absorption abilities, invulnerable, may fly, build walk speed. Huh. Cool, cool, cool. Recipe book. Neat. Is furnace GUI open? Oh, interesting. Recipes. Gold ingot from gold block. Crafting table. Ha, neat. So we can edit the recipes. Let's remove the crafting table? Can we do that? Let's see. Remove watches. Payload. No, we're not gonna mess with it too much. I kind of wanna mess with it though, just to see if I can get it to do some weird stuff. XP seed, XP total, XP seed. Oh, payload length 4. I. So they're both integers. This one has a very large negative value. XP seed, XP total. Tag type 3. Alright, huh. UUID. Game type. So it's type 0 now. Int length 4. That's a lot of different game types. I don't think you need that many game types. Let's see. Mode food saturation level. Oh, we can mess with that. Let's see. Set value. Set the food saturation to 0. Food level. There we go. value. Set the food level, so 20 is full, so 10. Set it at 5. Let's see. XP fire position. Here we go. We can mess with the position and rotation. Let's see. X, Y, X, Y, Z. Yeah. So let's set the Y value. Payload. There we go. I'm going to set this value, instead of being 70, we're going to make it 80. Then we're going to fall and die, I think. Let's find out. 80.1. Ooh, it didn't work. Didn't work. Position. Position true. Payload. Set value. There we go, I think. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, I want no, it's not good. It's going to break now because it's supposed to be a float. All right, so we have to start over here. Good thing we haven't saved yet. All right, so we're going to find in here player. MC level. Dat. Tags. 0 payload. Data. Payload. Player. Payload. Let's just set the position. Let's not get too crazy. No, we're going to set the hunger level. Health. Food saturation level is 5. Food level. Here we go. Payload. Set value. It's going to be 5. All right. Then we're going to resume. And it's saved. Okay. So now we should be able to take B. Delete this. Paste in B. Bring up Minecraft again. And our food level should now be a quarter of what it normally is. Test B. Play. Ka-chunk. Yes! We got it! Okay, we are editing the Minecraft save file. That works. Cool. Alright, excellent. So we can edit the Minecraft save file. That is really neat. So now we can change anything we want about the thing. Let's save this. Actually, let's go back in. We're going to turn ourselves back into creative mode. No. Yes. All right. Game mode creative. Save and quit. So that's test B. Delete this. Paste it back in. It was. Oh nope. Where's our pie charm here? Somewhere. Pie charm. Okay, it was, game mode was 0 for adventure mode. We should be able to, this does get old after a while. Tags, 0. Payload, data, payload, player, payload, Game mode. Sleep timer brain, hurt falling, fall distance. Player game type is now 1. So 1 is creative, 0 is adventure. So if we change this to 0 and save it, it should be toggling us back into adventure mode. And then if we set our position, let's see, we want to set on ground to 0. And air 300. We can make ourselves asphyxiating. Position, here we go. Payload. Now, where we ran wrong here is we tried to edit the NBT directly. We want to edit the payload of the NBT. I don't know why we've got this as a compound. I don't know why we've got each of these for our position. Wandering spawn, chance, raining, border, size, lerp, difficulty. I don't know why this data object is inside each one of these tags. That might be an error in the way I'm doing this, or I don't know. Why is there this huge NBT object inside each position? Border. We've got wandering trader spawn. We've got time. We've got game type. We've got player again. I think this is probably an error in the way that I'm doing this, because there's no way that this should be in this tag. There's no way that this should be in here. Because this data object, NBT compound wandering trader spawn, is like the same as this wandering trader spawn. Data compound wandering trader spawn. So it's like nested inside itself. Maybe all my NBT tag 10s are. No, but see, this one's an NBT tag 10. Wandering trader spawn chance 25. Compound data compound. Compound wandering trotter. Yeah, I feel like maybe my NBT tag 10 code might be bugged. Let's add a note. Tag 10 code seems to be nesting recursively. What, 2 levels down? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 levels down. 4 down. In the player position code. Okay, well, save that. All right, payload. Float, that's X. This is Y. Why is it an NB tag 6? Oh, it's because floats can't be stored individually like integers. That's probably what's going on. Is this data object inside each one of these? Maybe it is. Data object. Data object. All right, well, anyway, we wanted to set our height float value. Okay, yeah, so set this value. Don't want to clobber the whole thing. We just want to set the value of the tag to be, I don't know, 95.4. All right, and then if we resume, it's gonna, we left the game in creative mode. It should toggle us to adventure mode, turn off our on-ground tag, and kick us up 15 blocks in the air. That's weird. Syntax warning is with a literal. Did you mean equals? Palette is 0. If palette, sure, equals 0. It's an unpopulated section. Did we get that error before? I don't think we got that syntax error before. Why are we even executing this code? We shouldn't be executing the block code. Maybe just found it when it was running the code or something. It was doing like code review in the background. Who knows? Anyway, so this should kick us up in the air and drop us on our head or whatever. Test B. So let's see if that works. Single player, test B. Oh! Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It absolutely did. Great. Okay. So, it's doing what we expected to do. Now we just got to get the block editing thing working. So let's see if we can do that manually. Save and quit the title. Go back over to here. Working file. Run it again. Reach the breakpoint. Okay. MC level. Regions. We've only got one region. 0. Tag list. Why do you have it? Oh no, this is part of the save. Yeah, this MC level. We only want the stuff inside MC level. Okay, regions. Save folder. Valid height maps. Zero regions. Dat. Tags. 0. Payload. Data. Payload. So this is the DAT. We don't want the DAT though. We want the world. Regions. We want the regions. 0 regions. Chord map, road map, MC level. DAT. It's in here. Region. We've got more than 0 regions. It's a little weird. Oh! We probably don't load the regions until we need them. Okay. And that's why we're doing this stuff. X. Alright, so let's get our XY. Test B. Alright, we're looking at 51, negative 39. -39, and y is 70. Get chunk from chord, section, chunk tag 0, payload sections payload 8. We don't want to do that. We're gonna break. We're gonna break there. Oh no! It's time for me to take the kids to school. All right. Well, let's real quick upload this. Take the kids to school. No, take the kids home from school. Test B. All right. So we've got our saves. Test B. We're gonna go back up to the parent directory. Copy this over to Minecraft scripts. Yeah, we're gonna replace it. We're gonna go over to our GitHub, MC interface, updated. We've been messing around. Commit to main. All right, we haven't really changed much. Changed the palette is to an equals. And we're just about to start messing around with the code that edits the blocks. We know we can edit the player data, so that's cool. I should probably make a bunch of utilities for like messing with the player data. Right, push it. And there we go, we did it. Okay, I'm gonna call it an afternoon. And probably done for the day. Hopefully we'll get back to this soon. We're going to make this work eventually. We're just still kind of trying to figure out where we're at. But till then, I'm the Distractable Dad. I got distracted today. What can I say? That's what I do. We're going to go back to this thing. There we go. See you later, guys. Thanks for joining me.